elevate with it.
I'm still doing the waiting soon, but every time I message Falgi, his spelling, he always makes mistakes. It's just, it makes things so complicated.
You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they tell me. All the fucks I ever gave fuck
I forgot to mute. All right. Hold on, let me turn off this music. Yo, what's happening? So, like, did I actually sleep through like Kino with that Vincent Martin stream? By the way, since we're in pre-stream right now, turn on. There we go. Hi, guys. Did I miss something? Like, should I do that? I already pinged for this. You know, I'm not gonna change. I'm green in everything tonight, dude. Man's dueling jar for world's worst dyslexia. Oh my god, apparently me too. Damn. Dude, okay, yeah. Well, I know. I'm ripping Fauci for that, okay? Motherfucker always be making spelling mistakes in my fucking DMs, bro. Is actually funny. But yo. His house blew up and he never acknowledged it. Well, I mean, it's really easy for gas to build up when you live in a fucking 400 square foot trailer home. I was eating ice cream to cool down. Now I'm hot and full of cream. I know you're like farming there. That's a attempt at farming for sure. But what do you mean by that? What you mean by that? I think it means something else. That's what I'm thinking. Acknowledging explosions is woke. That's so true. I don't acknowledge those things anymore. With the government shutdown, I'm not getting my money from the deep state. So I don't need to be woke. I've been furloughed in the woke department. That's why they took me out of the Department of Woke and they renamed it to the Department of War. All right, guys. But yeah. I received like stuff, not like I received stuff, but like somebody was reaching out to me and was like, what the fuck is wrong with VTubers, right? I guess it was one of my folks saw a clip of Chibidoki. And if you know who Chibidoki is, you know exactly the kind of VTuber she is. But
TFW going to football game. I miss my gov monies.
Oh shit. That's current federal employee L, damn. Inside sources are saying, yeah, well, apparently, like, so I was consuming the takes on the Cinder stuff, and everything I've read has, like, made her out to be the most, like, egregiously ridiculous fucking lady possible. Like, there's no reason to be taking anything she says at her word. But the way VTubers are responding to it is that they're basically mea culping. Okay, they're mea coping, dude. They're mea coping. That feeling when I'm furloughed, I just want my monies again. Well, like, is it one of those positions where you're like, oh, you're just furloughed? Or is it one of those where you still have to work, but you get like back pay? Or is it one of those woke departments? She just seems like Regina George, not Satan. Yeah, I know that. Like, we had that take. When I was covering this originally. And, you know, everybody was saying that that's, like, mean and that, you know, we don't fuck with that. We don't fuck with this bitch no more. She dead to us. And I was like, oh, I think you're kind of over-exaggerating this shit. That's what it was like to me when I was reading through the original responses with Cinder. But now that I'm reading how everybody's feeling about it now, they're basically being like, I hope Cinder's doing okay. I hope Cinder's doing fine. When all of the same people that said this are like the same people who are like, we should string her up by the rafters. This bitch poisoned our water supply, told our old people to die, and then said that Governor Cuomo was based. That one is what I said. That's I made that up. But But it's almost like they over-exaggerated originally, but now they're like tacitly saying, all right, guys, I think we went too far. It's like, I think you should have had the wherewithal to make like a, you know, to not overextend so hard. But also, I think this Google Doc is incredibly manipulative. I think it's pretty easy to say that it's incredibly manipulative. I have, there's nothing in this Google Docie that says that it's not manipulative. They need to send her an edible arrangement. Okay, real talk. I feel like edible arrangements are too overpriced. Like, I think I could do an edible arrangement just fine. Doing both sides movement, except they're doing it in the open. Yeah. Was it because of the BF manager read that they're being nice to her now? I don't know, man. Maybe it's because she sold her stake in gamer subs. They feel like they've affected her business. I mean, you can't put the genie back in the bottle, right? Like, Cinder's fucking ruined for life. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle. Sadly, I don't actually work for the government, but that means you must send me half the snacks. But yeah, it's you can't undo any of this. And honestly, it's like, yeah, Cinder's eating a lot of crow, but then also I feel like people are ignoring the actual egregious stuff, you know? Or at least that's my take. It's like, oh, these things were bad that Cinder did, but we can all just let her move on. I'm like, yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, I agree on a face value. I don't think any of this is that bad. Dude, edible arrangements is going under. The West has fallen. I know I just said edible arrangements are overrated, but now I've completely changed my mind. I like to back a dark horse. I have a gambling addiction. Did you guys, by the way, it's almost crazy how we didn't make it 24 hours with the AI Sam Altman app, okay? And we already got like grandmas being arrested in fake footage, dude. It's like actually like outrageous how bad the problem is and how immediate it is. I know I'm like pivoting, but that's because I have unaddressed ADHD. I'm coughing. Did you know that apparently Parlo got arrested? Well, I heard Parlo got arrested. And when I read that on the Op Block Discord, I read it and went, yeah, he was crazy the whole time. Did it take everybody that long to catch up? And then, yeah, what did he get arrested for? Can I get the TLDW on that? Yeah, the CP getting made too. Dude, Sora is like fucked, dude. Edible arrangements needs to capitalize on the word edible. Listen, man, the only edible arrangement I want this year is a is a baddie sitting on top of cantaloupe. What does that even mean? Why did I say that? But did Parlo like rob a gas station or something? I feel like he's a rob a store at gunpoint kind of guy. Or was it something like a resisting arrest? I don't know. I don't want to look, so if you don't answer, I'm just gonna make it up. I can't wait for the damn AI bubble to pop. Me too, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's actually kind of egregious, some of the stuff that's getting put out there. Like, okay, like the fact that I could don't ever give. I understand we use Face ID. That's already a problem enough. But for the love of Christ, do not send your face to the Torment Nexus servers, bro. Okay. I'm drinking Wumpus fruit right now. I'm literally Crash Bandicoot maxing. Billions must sell weed gummies. Oh, I gotta put my VTuber on my vertical thing. Hold on. I think I might actually just be an idiot. Hold on. I'm like setting something up in this moment. And then Oh, me when I don't do my job as a streamer and set up beforehand. Here we go. I guess I can make myself bigger. Also, is the stuff about Matt Pat being in FNAF 2 real? Is that also real or is it fake? I need to over under chat. I rely on you for my news. I don't know, man. The clips of Logan Paul boxing Ricky are pretty funny AI. I don't disagree, dude. The amount of times I've seen that cookie in Ricky's ass. There we go. Oh yeah. The my apology and taking accountability section is next. I might there's like a 40% 50 we're like 50-50 over under that I just switch it up and then like stop stream and then do a second stream and then that's the Vincent Martin stream. Because I've clearly realized something now, chat. I've realized something. I've realized that there are two ways, Western man. Okay? There are two ways. Parlo was detained to the police report on the whole dupe situation. Wow, that didn't explain anything to me. I'm actually like really not aware of what that drama is at all. So like, yeah. Did you see someone shorted Bitcoin like 1 minute before a truth post went out and someone made $195 million instantly? Dude, come on. We all know that was Nancy Pelosi. Shout out to my girl Nancy. Can we get a can we get an FPS point in the chat for Nancy Pelosi, please? But yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I said, there's like a 50-50 fucking stake bet right now on whether or not oh yeah, fuck. Okay, no. Original thought. My original thought was that there's two ways, Western man. You either get audience captured by ACC stuff, or you get audience captured by EHD stuff, you know? And I just don't. I mean, I'm not like passionate about either in particular. I like this stuff. I think it's fun. But also, I need to keep the lights on. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I finally also caught up on the Hassan dog thing, by the way. And you know, that's the memes are funny. I'll say that. But we're going to talk about Cinder who even needs lights. I do actually. I actually don't have enough lights, which is why my model twitches. It's not that I have like a fucking stress tick. Well, I probably do, but it's actually because I don't have enough light. But at some point I was thinking of buying an iPhone to do the LiDAR tracking thing, but then I need to get like re-rigged and shit like that. So that's like later. But I am talking with Mishi about re-rigging me because she's my rigger. I gotta not do that. I'm like playing with fire, dude.
2D Trash TM celebrates 24 months of membership, 2 years out of 7 years parasocial anniversary with Pookie.
So, wait. The wording on that makes it sound like you signed on for 7 years, but you're only 2 years deep into this arrangement. Like, what is... or does that mean you've paid attention to my stupid personage for the last 7 years of my life? Because I'm a very different person from when I was 20, okay? Hassan should make shocking the dog a gifties goal. I'll make... I got shocked by a dog collar once a long time ago. Not for sexual reasons. But I am debased enough in myself that I would do that as a goal now, as like as a person. Why are you saying the N-word? Mishi's my rigger, Raggy. I am saying the word rigger. She is my rigger. I'm clip farming, okay? Anyway, the latter, okay. I don't even remember what I said. That's how little things stay in my mind. Alrighty. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to read Google Docky? Incoming Ludwig 50th apology video? Dude, so true. How will the yard recover from this? Shout out Lemonade Stand for life, dude. Anyway. We finished the overdue response and redacted parts, as you guys remember from the last stream. Redacted is the partner of Cinder. Whatever the specifics are on that, I'm not particularly sure. But yeah. Anyway, I guess Cinder's now apologizing. After 6 pages of filibustering and blaming other people, Cinder will finally take responsibility. I have never said anything bad before in my life, so I have the authority to cancel you. Pie, you're a blonde white woman. That is all. That's my best argument. I think I win. Anyway, let's get into reading. I hope you've all got your hot chalky and whatever the fuck you people drink while you watch me and play video games and sit in a Discord VC, because I know you all are fucking doing all 3 of those things. Now that I don't know why I'm doing the reader voice, but I'm doing the reader voice right now. Now I'm oring. I know you're oring, but like, are you currently oring, or like, are you still poverty maxing and eating carrots? Like, or did you get a spray tan recently? The fact that I know that I just know too much about you. I know too much about some of my chatters, dude. I drank hot chalky because it's cold, and now I'm sweating. You got the meat sweats. Dude, I saw that they banned unlimited refills of hot chocolate in the UK, and I just gotta ask, where were you going to get that, dude? Where were you getting unlimited hot chocolate? That's fucking outrageous. All right? If I have like more than 2 hot chocolates in a sitting, then I just be shitting. You know what I mean? I'm always oring. I stole a bottle from my sister. We were into good stuff tonight. So, like, does that mean you have a bottle of just, like, orange pigment and you just rub it all over yourself? Is that how that works? That's a real question, by the way. I'm not doing a joke. Yeah, the Discord link doesn't work again. I need to make a new one, but here you go. Yeah, but like, where were you going to get unlimited hot chalky, dude? Where was that happening? Now that I have reviewed everything that's happened and had time to reflect on my own actions, there's some details I need to point out and corrections I need to make for my apology. So if you make an apology, can you make another apology apologizing for your original apology? I feel like if you mess up your OG apology and fire your shot too soon, like, you need to just do your time, right? You can't double jeopardy it. Oh, yeah, so I used to have it be instant on my streams, but it was just like fucking it up sometimes, and so I lowered I raised the delay. Yeah. So it used to be more instant, but I raised the delay to get better performance too. That was another thing. Let's see. I think Spoons did unlimited hot chocolate. What's Spoons? Spoons is like your guys' version of like a Denny's or a Waffle House, right? I think I'm right on that. Each section after this will explain the full story around each major individual involved, anything Red and I did, and defending ourselves against everything we didn't do. Quotes from my apology will be present throughout this document and show what they are in reference to. So you have it on low or normal latency. I have it on normal latency. It used to be on low. No addressing the allegations run back. Everybody gets one. I've seen so many VTubers remain unable to articulate this drama because they want to remain Switzerland. They're also drama adverse. It makes them sound like they're plotting shit. It's not even that they're plotting shit. They all view them. It's like they're much more brand inclined. Like the whole VTuber like ecosystem. Like I've said, like there's the whole idol culture and like almost a want to be overly formal, right? So, or not even overly formal, but like brand friendly. So they avoid this stuff like the plague. And a lot of serious stuff gets like swept from what I hear, right? And a lot of it happens in like backroom conversations. In many ways, my unemployed viewers, it is quite like the ACC. My apology for reference. The things I claimed and admitted to in my apology were based, finally, on what I knew at the time, what was published in everyone else's documents, and what Red told me right after. I shut him out when I shouldn't have. I made my apology without his help. I don't really know if Red is like the appropriate person to have help on an apology because he doesn't really seem particularly smart. Without all the info in front of me and without the full scope of what happened, how it happened, or what to believe. I was under extreme stress and pressure to say something as soon as I could, and was expected to accept the fault of everything I was accused of, but not guilty of doing. Sometime, blah, blah, blah. I can't fucking speak today, actually. Some of the things I wrote here were overly apologetic, and I made things sound worse than they actually were, because of the severity of the situation. Well, when you get 27 million views on an apology, I can understand being under a little bit of pressure. The main takeaway people had from my apology was that I pushed everything onto Red and didn't take accountability for anything myself. So guys, last stream, I think we can obviously say that she pushes a bulk majority of this entire situation onto Red and his failings. And she has currently minimized how many of the things are her. She's still done that. I don't know how it's going to change, and we still haven't moved past it. So I don't really know where it's going to go in the next few chapters. I'm not reading the rest, like all of this, by the way. That's not in a reasonable thing, okay? The main takeaway, this isn't even like an apology. This is like, listen, guys, you misunderstood. You know when somebody like apologizes and then nobody fucking like listens to them actually? And they're like, listen, guys, you misunderstood me the first time. I'm actually saying these things and you're just miscommunicating with me. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I know that you need to be able to read my autistic eyes, but like, you know, you should have just known better with my neurodivergent energy, you know? I don't know why I was turning into Borat during that like situation, but it seems it's kind of makes sense. What I blame Red for in my apology because he was guilty of doing them. Him telling me how great it would be to work together with Silvervale. Him holding a grudge against Bao. My over under on Silvervale is that she just kind of seemed like kind of very optics heavy. I think she kind of let her audience kind of get away from her during the Hogwarts Legacy thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. She seems very soft, you know. I don't know. The woke in me wants to be like, I don't know what you expected, but then the based in me wants her to be like, be evil. But I can't say that for everything, right? That's not a good argument for everything. Most things, yes. Him telling me how great of blah, blah, blah. Him holding a grudge against Bao. What I blamed Red for in my apology when I was also guilty. So this is the third time in this apology that she's re-explained how Red was guilty and she was guilty. Like, this is not the first time in this document she has done this, and she's repeating it over and over. And I don't know what the intent of repeating this kind of thing over and over in this apology really does, other than say that you don't feel confident in what you're saying. It's like, if you feel confident, I get maybe repeating it once for the idiots in the back, but we're on like 3 or 4 now, so like, how many times are we going to be doing this? What I blame Red for in my apology when I was also guilty. Red was one with the business-oriented outlook from the start. I adopted the same mindset from working together as time went on.
Diesel, I need you to be like Mr. Rogers and narrate when you hydrate like how he narrated feeding his fish.
So, I've been working a lot of hours. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, I wake up in like a shitload of pain. I'm not like farming sympathy here. I understand there are more people in this world that have it worse than me, but I wake up really tired and all of that. And I also didn't drink water for like 3 weeks. I drank water for the first time today. Which is crazy. I've been literally hydrating solely off of energy drinks and coffee. So, yeah. I'm drinking an energy drink now, but then after this, I do have a bottle of water. Like, I do have a mean piss percolating in my testicles right now. And so I know I will need to piss later in the stream. Speaking of streams, that was a dad joke. I'm sorry. Also, like, okay, so Red was the one with the business-oriented outlook from the start. I adopted the same mindset from working together as time went on. Dude, she became the people that she was around. Many such cases. You are who you spend time with. Many lessons to learn from this drama. You become like your partner. Interesting, interesting. I wrongly made it sound like I was brainwashed into thinking this way in my apology. I don't know. I don't know. Diesel, SMH. That's okay. Why is she saying it's Red that's at fault? He made it about money. You're the VTuber. It's about money. Yeah, it's always about money. Like, if okay. I'm gonna put I think I'm quoting like a evil character from a movie, you know, or like an evil person or something right now. But you know, if it's not about money, then it's about sex. So, you know, it's one of the two things there. But it's like, you know, oh, Red was the one with the business outlook. And then he made me business oriented. No, man. You're like saying, yeah, I was also guilty, but you're kind of wording it in a way where it's Red's fault. It's like, yeah, I take responsibility for this. But he made me do it. It's like, okay, all right. You still participated. Like, you're a grown woman. I can't just assume that you were completely innocent in all of these scenarios, man. What Red was guilty of in my apology and that I didn't know about. Red and Nano ever talking about a model for Geary in November of 2023. Red including Bao and Cotton in his conversation and eventual deal with Nano around exclusivity in January of 2025, and bad-mouthing Bao in their DMs as if they were our shared feelings. Red talking to Nano about Shy Lily and her model in April of 2025. Everything is about sex except sex, which is politics. Is that what the quote is? I didn't know AOC had the I'm not even going to finish that. I'm not even going to finish that. Dark woke liberal streamer harasses Latina congresswoman. Things I said about Red in my apology that I was wrong about. He did not manipulate Nano. I think a little bit was him manipulating Nanoless. I think Nanolist was also like kind of a sleazy artist in some regards with how they were acting. But he, like, Red was definitely putting the screws on and pulling out the empathy and everything to try and get an exclusivity deal, okay? Do you get a pass from being Latino? Listen, man, you haven't dealt with a Latina. You don't know what it's like, okay? You don't know the horrors. Oh, I've told the story about the Latina I went on a date with that tried to like house husband me up, and she had like a horse and everything, and she was showing me her ranch because she was like one of those like Guatemalan children who was adopted by a well-off white family that wanted something to put their money into. Do you drink Celsius? I do. I have a Celsius on the table right now, but I'm drinking a G Fuel. Things I took accountability for in my apology. Agreeing with Red to talk with Nano about exclusivity, agreeing to specifically name Silvervale in the terms. I feel like specifically naming, okay, I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, you didn't need to name Silver in the terms. Yeah, the weird rich girl. If Chatter Louie was here, I guarantee you Louie would know. I guarantee. Well, you know what's funny about that one? I don't know if I ever told this part of the story, but yeah, so like my friend who she used to play League of Legends. We're not friends anymore. The whole story with that, but we had like an on again, off again thing. And for some reason, she made a fucking Tinder of me. I don't know why. She thought it would be funny. We were all making Tinders of each other. So like we made a Tinder of my friend Marco, and that's where the lasagna ass eating story came from. And then she made one of me. So it was actually her that talked to the rich Latina. And then I just did she gave me the layup, bro. And I went on the first date and it went fine. But then I was like, it is really weird how she keeps like flexing her bread. Granted, I probably would be better off, but you know, who the fuck wants to be a house husband? Not me. I got an empire to build, bitch. How many rich girls need a house partner? More than you think. More than you think. There's something about like there's something about being a poor Latino. White enough to bring home for Christmas, black enough to be good in bed. Becoming resentful towards Silvervale. Letting my insecurities and public comments influence my feelings towards Silvervale. Dude, if Silvervale's got a ring right now, it's being kissed. Assuming Spite copied me. Being very possessive of my design details early on in my career. I gotta be honest. Who Mega Lol gives a shit. Overreacting to Neon Tails Hellhound design, which I apologize for in the past. Please remember, she apologized for it in her past. I like that she's apologizing for cheating on her boyfriend again. I just, to be clear, imagine being the boyfriend in this scenario. Like, that's rough. Like, you gotta constantly, like, go over this and over this and over this again and again and again. Neglecting or leaving behind friends of mine. I admitted to the world that I cheated on my secret ex-boyfriend. I like that we keep coming back to this. It's almost like we can't get past this. Dude, I actually think this drama might have ruined her relationship. Like, not only did she lose the gamer subs thing by her own admission, she fell on that sword by herself. I think the internet actually destroyed a relationship. It was gonna be destroyed before, but this is given like some serious things are bad vibes, dude. Is it that bad? I don't care that she cheated on her BF because infidelity is unrelated to the thing. Yeah, like I don't care that she cheated. People cheat, dude. I'm not saying that it's okay to cheat. Obviously, it's like fucked up, but like, are we really gonna string her up over that? I gotta be honest, when it comes to internet drama, That is the last thing we should be stringing people up over, okay? I mean, I have house cleaners come in periodically sometimes. I think a house husband would be nice. What I did was not admit to the right things. The people making these claims already decided I was guilty of. They also expected me to apologize for everything I've done in the past without any of it ever being mentioned, even if the matter was already settled in the past. I understand that the things my manager did that I didn't know are ultimately my responsibility. To be clear, when she says manager, we could sub that out real easy to say boyfriend, okay? The things my boyfriend did that I didn't know about are ultimately my responsibility, and my ignorance doesn't change that. I should have taken more care to check up on what he was saying and doing. That's true. I agree with that. The buck stops with you. But I was being blamed publicly for things I had nothing to do with. It doesn't matter. The buck stopped with you. My accusers went out of their way to claim Cinder did this and Cinder did that, completely disregarding Red's agency from any of his own words and actions. Guys, this isn't an apology. Why are we even playing VTuber Switzerland in this drama? This girl is like, so it's my boyfriend's fault and not mine. It is actually crazy. I'm a house husband, but I'm single. I literally just be cooking tasty morsels all day. I'm a house husband, but I'm single, so you can't be you need to be married to be a house husband. Being a house husband is like a lifelong duty, like being a knight or like a friar. The proof I must have known about everyone's he said, she said, and done was because they said we worked together on things on our phones during the few times a year we were traveling. That's not like, okay, so their reasoning isn't amazing. They don't have the strongest reasoning. But you did say that you have seen seen messages. And on top of that, you guys are clearly having discussions about work and business, of which it would be really easy for Red to show you the DMs there. So, like, yeah, maybe you don't see everything, but it doesn't matter if you did or didn't. You saw some things. Being a single house husband is being called a neat. So a house husband, well, oh wait, yeah, I guess a house husband would imply that you don't work, okay? Scotty's in the chat being like, I'm married to the grind cooking tasty food. You heard it here first, chat. Who's gonna house husband them up? Aspiring to be the cute house husband to my 6-figure salary earning CEO wife. That is not what I do all day. I also have 2 jobs and a college to focus on, but my ADHD beckons and forces me to lock in and make pumpkin muffins. Guys, I think I'm auctioning off a house husband right now. Who's taking him? Who's taking Scotty? Who's taking him home and making him make pumpkin muffins? God. Let's see. Nano's document showed 2 of my screenshots from over a year apart from separate situations where I knew even more or less what had happened between her and Red. There was no other evidence presented for their claim, but they told everyone it absolutely had to be this way. Yeah, I don't think that their evidence was particularly good, right? But your presentation has only said and reestablished that you should have known better and that you were not operating appropriately to begin with. So it doesn't matter whether or not what they did was good. You still fell on the sword and then admitted to it. So it doesn't matter if they did a bad job presenting it, because, like, you still did it, dude. You put on the glove and you said the glove fits. Emphasis was placed on Red's usage of we and our. as if they could know for a fact. It always meant Red was always speaking with my knowledge, approval, or oversight every single time he said it. No, Red was saying we and our because as a manager, he represents you. So when he says we, he is meaning you and Cinder, okay? Like, a point of a manager is that they can act with your approval and that you don't have to perform oversight with them, right? It's not like this doesn't undo any of it. This just goes to show you that Red is a bad manager because he was doing like giga insane business deals without your knowledge. But yes, he does represent you. So him using we or our is completely appropriate and reasonable because it's assumed when you're talking to Red is the manager. Red's the one who makes the magic happen, bro. This was necessary for the narrative to work against me. Dude, she fucking is trying. She wants to kill Nanolist, dude. This is like a really bad attempt to like clap back. This isn't an apology at all. This is a clapback. Anybody saying that this hasn't been an apology at all. This entire section of the document is her like taking pot shots at someone and then failing. I don't like Nanolist either, by the way. I am not a fan. If you watch those streams, you see that I'm not a fan of Nanolist, right? But like you're doing such a bad job of squaring this needle, okay? Because it's not on the basis of like the evidence. It's more or less on the basis of whether or not Nanolist is a good person, right? Because this is much more about moral flagging than it is about the actual context, right? I think Nanolist is a piece of shit, and I think they're like a little sleazer, right? But you're getting on it about like how it's, oh, you just didn't know about Red or you didn't know about this. Well, it doesn't matter, right? Because the buck stops with you. So really what you should be doing is attacking Nanolist's character, not the evidence presented there within, and then reestablishing your innocence when we know it not to be true. This is what I said in my apology about this. I do not condone anything about what Red has said about Bao in these DMs either. And him using we and our in this context is abhorrently incorrect, and I believe was done to gain greater credibility behind what he was saying. No, that's a manager represents you in business dealings. It's not about him looking for credibility or operating as like a rogue agent. Okay. This is actually literally what a manager does. Okay. Like, obviously you cannot approve of what he said about your homies. Right. But when it comes to the business, there's no unraveling that, dude. Let's see. I've always been more or less the creative lead on things. This is Red talking now for your second monitor, Andes. I've been more or less the creative lead on these things, like model designs, project ideas, and art in general. So what the fuck? I'm sorry, not to be that guy, but like, what the fuck does Cinder do? Like, is it just because she's hot? Because I'm hot too. And because I'm hot too, but like, you know, I still put in a lot of creative energy to a lot of the things I do. I obviously didn't make my model, but I was involved heavily in like what we were going to do to make my character look the way it does. Okay. She trusted me to do the communication I did for her without oversight. For example, a lot of times I would be the one talking to the artist we were working on, who only knew me as Cinder's manager. How many hours a week does Cinder stream? Does anybody know what like the hours per week Cinder's streams are? Because if she's like banging in like less than a 40-hour work week streaming, she could be doing this stuff herself. I mean, even at a 40-hour work week, that's still pretty generous considering how like you could literally be sleeping and still make bread. Okay.
Is your wrist okay after whacking yourself off?
That's a crazy chat. I haven't I'm not gonna tell you. I haven't today. I've been locked in all day. I promise you she doesn't.
Axis 1247 celebrates 23 months of membership. I promise you she doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think she does. Unless she's banging in like 40 to 60 hours a week streaming, she should be doing these meetings. I think she could at least be present for these things, even if she's not an active talker, okay? Let's see. Knew me as Cinder. I would be the one talking to these artists we were working on who only knew me as Cinder's manager, which is appropriate. If I only knew the direction I wanted to take something with or without talking to Cinder beforehand, and I said, I want this art to be like this, instead of Cinder wants this art to be like this, then it felt awkward for a thing to me to say. In my mind, to the person working, I'm just the manager, not the creator. Did I read this? I don't think I read this, right? Did I read this, or are they actually just repeating themselves? Because I remember reading these first two. I don't remember reading this. Because this seems like he's just repeating himself. Am I rereading this? Let's see. I was speaking on a we, the brand's behalf, which is exactly what a manager should do. You read this? Okay, fucking next one. Thank God. Either that or this is a repeat. Yeah, maybe it was a repeat. I don't really remember the end of stream. I must have been tired. That was probably a day I was working. Natalist's document for reference. Hello, I'm here to share something that has affected me personally. It literally exploded into a billion pieces. Let's see. Nano's document claimed both Red and I manipulated, used, and dragged her into drama, while slandering multiple VTubers, including our friends. These claims were the basis of everything else publicly released afterwards. Documents from a half a dozen people and many others tweeting their grievances with me. It all hinged on Nano's document being posted and its validity. Tell us about your very hard working day. Chad is your house husband now. Finally. I had been waiting. I was trying to get Beckett to be my house husband, but he's so busy, like, talking about just the robot. When I wrote my apology, I said, I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission details. This document is 288 pages. Oh, shit. When I wrote this poorly worded sentence, I hadn't seen any of the DMs. I was in a panic and didn't think Nano would be lying about anything. But now that I've read Red's DMs myself, I can say that Nano was not manipulated, abused, lied to. Abused is a crazy one, dude. Used, lied to, mistreated, expected to take action over any drama she was told about, or incapable of making her own decisions regarding her commissions and clientele. I gotta be honest, this is not, like, I'm sorry. Nano, if Nano didn't want to be exclusive, Nano should have put her foot down and been like, fuck off. But I understand that I get to speak with hindsight as a drama tuber, right? She was never forced to do or not do anything, which is true. I do agree with that. Has always been in control of her own choices. I agree with that. And has always had the ability to say no. I agree with that. She was met with understanding and faced no repercussions professionally or personally from either of us when she did. Well, I don't know. Red's gossiping about other VTubers does kind of like lend credence to maybe Nanolist should tread carefully around you. Because, you know, ye who gossips in private perhaps doth protest too much. I don't know what I was getting on with there, but you know what I mean, right? Nano's messages with Red were deceitfully presented to push a narrative that never happened. I don't believe Nano ever showed the full context of her messages to Red and her friends. Her claims were backed by Shy Lily, and I believe they were misled into blindly supporting her. Which I think Nanolist has a lot of clout capital in order to do something like this, by the way. She's a very well-connected artist, able to just she, they. I don't know their pronouns, but yeah, I assume it was used in a way to like, oh, if you want Nano to do your shit, best take her side in the drama, right? Nano was a close friend who we respected, and was a massive part of my own success. I've only ever praised her. Okay, her privately and publicly. There was nothing she could do for me to hold anything against her or choose to stop working with her. Red and I have always encouraged Nano to do what is best for her, not us. Red, who handled our plans with her, made sure to work around her schedule, push projects back if she needed more time on them, or to take a break and give her first priority on projects she was interested in. He trusted her, and the extent he lied about the other people involved was in telling her his own genuine thoughts, observations, and experiences with them as he knew them. So here's the thing. Red had a professional relationship with Nanolist, and that should have come first. If you were worried that like your friendship was going to get in the way with that, you need to kind of like delineate those specifics there a lot harder. There needs to be a really hard line in the sand, right? That's like if I got on like Kat's ass for like playing video games after she gets home from work, right? Because she like works for me, right? It's just not appropriate because I've established very specific and particular boundaries to make that okay. But I also don't turn around a cat and like gossip about other coworkers to her. I don't really gossip about coworkers anyway. Mainly because what goes around comes around, especially in that case. But like, come on. The same way my accusers did to the public with how they assumed how Red and I have operated together. He is your manager. You can't put the genie back in the bottle, okay? It's literally Will Smith. He will not go in the bottle. The claim that Red and I worked to sabotage projects Nano had was a lie. But you literally had a message where Red was like, we want to take you exclusive. So it's not that it's sabotaging projects, but like that would kill projects that Nanolist is working on based on what the agreement would have been. We both would praise her for the work she did for other people. Okay, this is like when Keemstar compliments you and then Keemstar expects you to kiss his ring when the what goes around comes around, okay? You're doing that thing. Oh, we've always supported Nanolist in her work with other people, while also like going around and being like, we were always nice to her. I don't know why she expected more. Even if Red was really asking Nano to cancel every model she had, it was ultimately her choice to do it or not. But all the blame for her actions was somehow put on me. I mean, yeah, it is Nano's decision, right? So, which is why I can't really like fault Red for it. But the problem is that you are not taking any responsibility for any of the things that happened. That's every single part of this is you not taking responsibility. There were only 4 people Red ever explicitly asked Nano not to work with her agreeing not to. The first was Spite at the start of 2023. Red asked Nano himself, and he told me about it after. I lied about knowing this in my apology, since it was never mentioned in Nano's or Spite's documents. Bow, Cotton, and Silverveils were all part of their exclusivity deal in January of 2025, and each for Red's own reasons. I was only aware of and in agreement of asking Nano not to work with Silver anymore. So, listen, man, I'm sorry. If we lessen the amount of people, does it get weird? By the standards of your community, it doesn't matter if it's 1, 5, or 100 people. Red never told me about the other 2. I'm not guilty of him using his free will to push his own agenda and express. Listen, if Nanolist goes exclusive, then Nanolist only does work for you. Okay? It doesn't matter if Nanolist. Exclusive means exclusive. Exclusive means with one person. So that means you don't work with anybody else. It doesn't mean you don't work with the people I dislike and only the people I like. It means you only. So it doesn't matter whether or not everybody else is mentioned. But I understand that as my manager, everything he said to her or anyone else is my responsibility about whether I knew about it or not. Well, it certainly sounded like you don't agree with that sentiment. Dude, this motherfucker ain't sorry for shit. Why is anybody like throwing their hands up in this? This is the guiltiest motherfucker yet. Okay? This is actually abhorrently bad. This document is bad. We worked with Nano for 4 years. She's an incredible artist who treasured working alongside for my entire career. I put my faith in her to start when we were both much smaller creators. She saved me from a year-long struggle to get my first model, and she's been with me every step of my journey since. I wanted Nano to be a part of anything she could, and chose to make her artwork the backbone of my brand. Well, this is getting interesting. I love and appreciate every single thing she's done for me, and I'm proud of everything I've been able to do for her. In April, I believe Nano found herself in a situation she couldn't back out of, and then chose to do what would result in the most beneficial outcome for herself. Hide the truth. Well, you ain't doing a good job of showing it. Below are a large portion of Nano's DMs with Red. And I, over the past 2.5 years, that show any situations brought up in the Nano document in full context. I showed the relationship we had with her, how she felt about us and other people involved in anything, and any other relevant conversations that weren't included in what was posted to the public. I've also included some of my own messages with her, and some other messages with other people. Some of these DMs are repeated and included in other sections of this document. Nano's profile picture is different in some of these screenshots of them being taken at different times throughout making this document. Everything is in chronological order, and all of the dates and times are in EST. That's horrible to think that I'm in the same time zone as Cinder. I've censored any private information or names of people who aren't directly involved. Screenshots that include messages that were in any of the documents are highlighted with a red border. Screenshots that are directly taken from another document are highlighted with an orange border. Dates and important messages with any screenshots are highlighted in yellow. Quotes from my apology are highlighted in gray. Thank God I have a map key here. Like, Jesus. By the start of 2023, Nano was already sharing her commission plans with Red. She also told him that it was okay for us to commission someone else for merch artwork Red had previously talked about with her. Red said it was no problem for us to wait for her to do it. Like I said in my apology. In regards to Nanolis, for the majority of our time working with her, Red was the one solely doing the communication about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. A work Discord would have saved these people a lot of fucking headache. Was just curious, but was Blank the only new client you took on this year? Got another one, but it's done already. Okay, cool. Seems like a lot of new people want to work with you. Oh my God, no. No, this motherfucker was eyeing. This motherfucker can eye talent, that's for sure. Because he was eyeing it in 2023. Yeah, I kind of feel it too. By the way, you said you want to leave the Daki and Booba for later. It's okay if you want to calm someone else. I don't want to delay your plans, but if you're fine waiting, I'm more than happy to work on it. Oh, that's okay. We're fine moving things around. It's only really Cinder if you draw it. Other things going on are preventing us from doing it for Valentine's like we wanted to, so we have to move it anyways. Plus, focusing on getting 2.0, the Demon, and the 2 starting screens artwork done is more of a priority. God damn, this means a lot to me. What the fuck? And then he sends hearts back. Okay. But it's like Red is like wanting more work to be done. Nanolis is like, I have more clients than the last time. And it just kind of definitely gives off the air that, like, you know, maybe Red's thinking like, oh, maybe we need to fix this so that way we have priority because Nanolis is so quote unquote good. Later that day was the first time Red brought up Spite to Nano. Red asked Nano not to work with Spite, and she had gladly agreed not to. That's... I'm gonna need to see a DM for that. Red only told me about this after it was done. It wasn't something we talked about beforehand, but I was okay with it. Because if there's a message of this happening, that's fucking crazy. Nanolis never said anything about this to me, and we never talked about Spite. I shared the feelings that Red expressed here, since he was the only other one who knew how I felt. What he said about negative comments I was getting was true. Everything regarding Spite is presented in this section of the document, in her section of the document. This was not included in Nano's or Spike's documents at all. Why? Since they didn't say anything about it, I chose not to either. I lied about not knowing about Red's conversations with Nano about Spite to try and not make things worse for myself. Why? 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 But I still accidentally alluded to it because of the state I was in. This was what I said in my apology. Once again, I had no involvement or knowledge of Red bringing up Spite to Nano in 2023. My only personal involvement with excluding someone specific from working with Nano was Silver. Cinder was upset over what we thought was Spite copying her. We both thought, I saw Spite interacting with Nano, possibly with an intent to try and work with her. I went to Nano myself and asked her not without talking to Cinder first. This is how I was about one person and one artist and I never worked with before who was a fine agreeing to it. As far as I know, I never actually affected Spite. I have never talked about Spite with any other artist, and I'm sorry to her that I asked this of Nano. So there's no way to like get around any of this, dude. Holy shit. They just blackballed someone. This is the first of 4 total times with 3 different artists I had ever specifically asked anyone not to work with someone else, which are all presented in this document. You guys are blackballing. You people are actually as bad as you have been claimed to be. There's actually no way. You were telling an artist, hey, leave work on the table. Okay, leave it on the table. You know who I am? You want to leave it on the table. Dude, no, you're guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. Okay? There's no unraveling it. It's done. You're done. Hey, kind of a weird question, but it would be okay if we requested that you don't work with someone? You mean like exclusivity? No, like not accept commissions from one person. Oh, who is this? I started the conversation as if we were asking Nano to do this, like I would any other time. So, oh my God, this guy, dude. Yeah, I don't understand why they felt they had the right to ask in the first place. Very good point. Who is this? Dude, these are like very suspiciously cropped. Who is this? Spite. Oh, damn. I almost said something like, win Cinder X Sprite. Ever since Cinder debuted, we've seen her slowly implement new design details onto herself that seem like she might have taken them from Cinder, including her now ear flames she's never had. I'm sorry, this is chronically online. You people are actually cornball losers. I can't imagine having this money and being this... Listen, sorry, I'm gonna get a little base here. This is gay, okay? This is flaming. This is flaming. And we think it's because she was the hellhound until Cinder showed up. You are a loser. You're a loser. Holy shit. But also, some of Spite's community have been rude to Cinder in chat. Who gives a shit? They're chatters. Why do you give a shit? On YouTube comments and other people's clips of Cinders, I've noticed her being friendly towards you, possibly with the intention of working with you. I wanted to ask if you're okay with being one Hellhound exclusive. Dude. Of course, I protect my baby. I also noticed the Flames edition. It's a shame that people can't educate their community. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nano. I feel bad asking for something like this. I really appreciate it, though. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you'll feel real sympathetic. Gotta protect my girlfriend. So either one of two ways. Either this idiot misread his girlfriend's feelings about Spite and then did it without telling her. Or Cinder and him talked about it and then he operated as the guy who got his fucking feet wet on Cinder's behalf. Either way, this guy is like a certified knight in shining armor for this stupid woman. Oh my god. It's okay. There's no place for rude people. Yeah, it's not Spite who's being rude. It's like the occasional chatter. God forbid. God forbid. You're telling me somebody on the internet is mean and has a completely ridiculous opinion? God, okay. Guys, there's only room for one Hellhound VTuber. Get this goblin VTuber out of here. You know we already have one goblin, and that's Honey. All right, these other ones, these are all fake. They just copied Honey's idea to be a goblin. Mama Nano, Mama Nano, best mama. And they just never paid Nano to refuse this hypothetical com. Yeah, they're like, hey, Nano, can you just leave money on the table, please? Is Nanolith even that wanted of an artist? They worked with Cinder, Shy Lily, and Silver, but I don't think they're like cranking out Iron Mouse skins or something. So, okay, so like those are big VTubers though. Like it's a big deal to get a good artist like that, right? At least in their community. I don't think it is. I think if you can find a good artist that's not particularly popular, that's fine, right? You don't need to constantly just go to the popular guy, but this is something that matters in their community, even though I think it's stupid and I think it's a wrong allocation of energy. Nano and I have never talked about Spite. Here's me searching Spite with my own DMs and Nano. Well, these are all screenshot cropped. These are all cropped. I can't trust these. I know that it says no results, but the way that this is cropped seems suspicious. Sorry, I just don't trust the person who lied in their last apology. An example of the relationship Red had with Nano and how they would talk with each other. Nano told Red she wanted to make my winter outfit after Red messaged her about it a few days earlier on. Hey, Nano, were you interested in designing Cinder's winter outfit? Not until a lot later this year. Wanted to ask in case we needed someone else to design it for you to draw. Did I agree on doing Cinder's winter? Because I do. I just don't remember if I replied to that. You did not reply to that. Nano. I do want to do them. Oh my gosh, you do? I do. I gotta talk to some people and change things around. Oh my god. Wait, if you already got someone for that, no need to change. No, I'm just kidding. He totally did. He totally did. Dude, she's a Nanolith is the fucking bee's knees at the debutante's ball, bro. Okay, this is like the blonde duke's daughter at the debutante's ball. Hello, Anime Man. Thank you for reading this while I draw furries. You know what? I'm glad that I could be your audio stimulation while you draw furries. Fuck you, them. Penguin dancing emoji. Nanolith laughing cat emoji. Yeah, you can do it if you want. I don't want to anymore. Just kidding. I love Cinder, but fuck you. Oh, God. Red asked about Nano's other work for us to plan around with her, and Nano willingly shared. This was normal between them. Be confident, Nano. It's not in my nature. If you expect low, anything is a win. Well, I'm glad it's going good for you. What does your art schedule look like right now? Demon Cinder and then other people. A few cup arts in between. Already have something for around June. I think that's it. Let me see what else Cinder and I had planned to work on with you this year. Oh yeah, that would be great to know everything. Also, is it okay to have Cinder's art for Patreon rewards? I don't have much time for Patreon. They are starving. Nano told Red she wouldn't be able to meet the deadline for 2 pieces of art she was working on for me. Red was sympathetic and extended the deadline for her. Nano implied that she's been taking on too many projects. Hey, Red, I'm feeling a bit concerned about the deadline for the 2.0 art. Yeah, what's up? I think it would be better if you found someone else for the 2.0 start screen. I didn't know they would be used the same day, but I can work a bit harder to meet the dates if you want me to work on it. Do you think you would be able to do it by the end of April? I know you have blank and blank in April too, so maybe mid-May? Oh, I thought it would be earlier. Well, ideally, we would have wanted both arts within the next week or two. But if you can't do it, we're going to have to push back the debut for other things too. End of April, mid-May would be okay if you can manage with that. Don't want to overload you too much. Yeah, for the next few weeks would be very pushy on me, but the end of April, mid-May is good. Okay, I'll let Cinder know. If you can't push back to debut, I really recommend someone else. I don't want to delay things for you guys. Also, there's a waifu cup art for Cinder. I don't know when you want to start on that. Blocked out art, but other thing, just do that at some point. Okay. No, it's okay. We have to wait for blank anyways, and some other things being worked on. She'll only be starting the demon model in another week-ish when she's back home. So the debut will be anywhere from the end of May to mid-July, depending on when things are done, and Cinder and I aren't traveling to cons instead of the end of April. Ah, kind of relieved besides delaying is sad. Dude, that's actually, it's so strange that they go around to places and then don't tell their friends that they're in a relationship. I don't get that, dude. I don't get that. I really don't. Because, like, I understand not wanting to tell. I wouldn't, if I had like a content creator partner, I wouldn't want to tell the internet. I would keep that as a secret, right? Even my personal like relationship or my love life, I like joke about stuff that happened like when I was in college, but I don't really talk about much else because it's just not your business. So I get that, but like with your friends, that's fucking weird, dude. That's really fucking weird. Like that makes it seem like there's something ulterior. Like there's an ulterior motive behind it all. It's just very strange. Let's see. Kind of relieved besides delaying is sad. That's okay, Nano. But we have a lot of projects we want to work on with you if you're free this summer right now, lol. I would love to if you have time. Might stop taking big comms for some time and only work on my current contacts. I'm kind of dying. But you introduced us to your brother. Yeah, but my brother is a host for MPT. Like, there's a whole bunch of, like, my brother is like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I'm talking about romantic life. Needy streamer simulator feels. Yeah, that's stuff you do in the first month or so to test the waters. Not after a long time, though. Yeah. I'm sorry we're giving you so much to do. It's okay. It's my fault. I decided to birth another baby. After the 2.0 and Demon Arts, Blank and your other projects and Patreon stuff, then we'll take up all your time. Gladly. Blank is mostly done. I just gotta make some cuts for rigging. And at least Cinder Art can help out with your Patreon after debuts. Hi, Gobble. Hey, November's next month, okay? That's when we turkey max. Nano turned down artwork plans that were previously discussed for some time eventually. Red told her we were able to find another artist for those plans. In between, Red and Nano praised... Red praised Nano. Guys, you gotta understand. Red was complimenting her, okay? I know we were, like, not nice in the end, but just so you know, we complimented Nano a lot. It doesn't matter! That is so funny. You notice I also started laughing because I'm like, damn, it's interesting how we're talking about Red again, dude. It's like I've never ever seen a partner fall so hard on a on a whole fucking, like, I've never seen somebody fall so hard on their partner like that. Nice to meet you. This is my first time here. I'm Japanese. I'm a JP Vtuber too. I I think I'll end up, you know, I don't know what your grasp on English. I use a translation device, but I want to become friends with E and V2. I'll be very clear about this. I'm evil. So, and that's not like part of the VTuber bit. I'm evil. Red, we need to talk. Hi, Nano. What's up? I don't think it'll be possible to take Cinder's merch comm. I really need some time off from commissions. Okay, thank you. Sorry for this. No worries, Nano. You deserve a break. When you're ready to take on comms again, we'll have things for you to do if you want. Yes, of fucking course. I just need some time to breathe, but I would still love to work with you guys. Great job with the blank, Nano. Ah, thank you. It doesn't seem like they're friends. This is like a personal business professional relationship. Ah, thank you. Hey, Nano, we found an artist to do the Daki and Booba mousepad for Cinder, but it's for her original design. We'll wait for you to do the 2.0 and Demon design Dakis and mousepads. Wanted to let you know so you don't feel too bad about it. This is like they have a strictly business relationship. You can even see that the way these DMs are, right? I messaged Nano about starting some pose ideas for my first waifu cup when she was ready and available to. Hi, Nano. Red was asking me when you have some time to work on art for my Gamer Subs cup. And you said you were a little busy right now. Do you think we could come up with some pose ideas together when you have a chance? There's no rush. I know you're busy. A fucking course. You want to do two-sided, right? That would be amazing. I told Nano I was trying to get her to be okay, get her the okay to work on my waifu cup art on stream so it'd be easier for her. I told her about how much it meant to me to have the first waifu cup with her artwork on it. Nano, I hope you're having a good weekend. The start screen you made for me are so nice. I love them. I've been trying to see if it's okay for you to work on my Gamer Subs art and blah, 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 blah. And my art on the big banner for Anime Expo. If it's done soon, I can't wait to have the first Nano Cup. It's so special to me. Dude, I'm sorry. Listen, Japanese VTuber. Here's my issue. Here's my issue is that the community is like overly nice. Okay? Like, does some of this not seem... Listen, I know people throw the word love bomb at Falgi. In his defense, he's Italian. Also, this feels like love bombing. This is too positive. I'm a positive guy. You know, no, I'm not a positive guy, but I'm not like fucking negative Nancy fucking blah, blah, blah. But like, god damn, bro. It's like fucking I'm jerking you off while asking something for something in your ear. Oh shit, you on a banner? Yeah. Let me work on stream would help a lot, but if it's not possible, it's okay. I'll manage. I'm gonna make things as easy as possible for you, and maybe if you don't want to do stream collabs yet, we can hang out while we work. If you want somebody, no stream. That would I would love to actually like get used to first. Maybe we actually hate each other. So they haven't even spoken in VC based off of this stuff. No, don't say that. I could never. I'm sure about that, but that would be hilarious. I asked Nano about one of my then upcoming model sister debuts when planning my demon debut, so they wouldn't actually fall on the same day. It's too positive, and once something negative happens, the fans become extremely toxic. Yeah, I am so like, I don't know. I've increasingly given such little, I give so little shits. I just don't care. Like I used to be worried about being like, oh, why do you do this? I like making content, right? And that's like the easy, it's like I would do this even if I didn't get paid. But you know what? I actually just like being like the center of attention. Like I say it all the time. Like I used to not say that, but it's just true. I just like being the center of attention. TBH, digital artists deal with this all the time, talking from experience. It's like people are afraid to inconvenience you only by asking about work progression, so they feel the need to glaze you just for a little whip. I don't know. I mean, it's like with the book that we're working on, I like talk to like a team of artists like all the time. So like I treat it like we're all working on it is business, right? But like I don't overly glaze people. Like there's something to be said about glazing too much. It's just act like a normal person, right? Like business dealings you don't need to be overly nice or you don't need to be overly forward. Just act. I know it seems like a lot and it's not good advice, but it really is. You just need to act normal and be personable with people, right? You don't need to glaze them. You don't need to like bend over backwards. You don't need to read the 48 laws of power. Diesel, I'm going to tell you right now, JP VTubers don't understand EN drama. Yeah, I know. It's because they have a corporate entity standing behind them with a gun held to the back of their head. Let me check on that. I believe it was around June 22nd or July 2nd. Blank said her debut would be around July, August. Can't say the exact day yet. Okay, I've been planning mine to be around mid-July, but I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally have it on the same day as anybody else. Red asked about Nano's projects, about when Silver contacted her about her model made in 2022, and encouraged her to set aside time for her own content. After GG 2.0 and Demon Art edits, we'll give you a break to focus on yourself for a while. Do you still have a lot of other projects to do right now other than Cinder? Thank you. I need some break. Currently only blank. Silver seems to want another model though. Like brand new. Yep, she didn't reply to the model specifications, so I'm just taking this as a chance to be free. Nano, you don't need to answer, but I'm just curious. When did Silver contact you about making your first model? Also, I feel like you should take at least July off to focus on you and your own stream. Nano, dude, this guy is. I hate this guy. I hate this guy, dude. This guy sucks. This red guy. Look, man. I don't want to throw all the blame at her boyfriend because that's exactly what she wants. But I don't know how anybody could read these messages with red and not immediately get the ick. Okay. Like you could tell, like he's rubbing his hands, being like, hey, like how can I fuck over this bitch? It was like 2 weeks before her birthday. Okay. At this point, I might stick to Cinder, blank and blank. Silver's not very responsive to me. That's surprising. What the fuck? We love working with you. Not just for your art. Dude, this guy is like playing the game right now. Okay? He is very clearly trying to manipulate her out of working with Silver. That is so clearly what's happening right here. Right? Like, it's clear that he's like, oh, Silver's unresponsive? Silver's a bad client. Like, that's really what he's saying here. Okay, he's saying it without saying it. He's like, oh, Silver's not responding to you, and, like, you know, you're working on this big thing. I mean, you need to take time for yourself. Wouldn't it be good if you worked on your own things right now? Like, that's so sweet of you. Been having fun with streaming lately. Hope I can keep up. You've been doing really good. Whenever I see you on, I lurk for a little while, lol. Cinder really wants to collab with you. I feel like streaming on Twitch is like, I don't know. I feel like there's just something inherently fake about everything on Twitch. I don't know what it is. Cinder still really wants to collab with you. Maybe we could set up a drawing stream where you both draw VTubers and paint in like 5-minute timers or something. Oh my god. This guy is he's playing the game really hard. The only reason that he's succeeding right now in this whole like softball negotiations thing he's doing is because Nanolist is like actually fucking stupid and can't see that he is clearly playing the game right now. Okay, this motherfucker is playing the game. All right, he's Robert Green maxing 48 laws of power. Okay, I want to too. I'm just too much of a pussy. Sounds like fun, not gonna lie. I asked Nano about when she made Silver's first model from her because we grew suspicious that it had anything to do because if it had anything to do with Cinder and her debut a couple months earlier. Nano wasn't well known as a model artist in the summer of 2022 and only had 3 models at that point, including Cinders. More about this topic in the silver section of the document. Are you kidding me? I love the bad client because they won't answer quick enough when half the artists I've seen actually act like you shot their dog if you ask for a monthly update. Dude, there's a lot of, all right, quite honestly, there is definitely a lot of Twitter artists that are definitely spin their wheels on comms. Okay. I even me, I've definitely been the like asshole manager who has to put my foot down and be like, why is work not getting done? We have deadlines to meet. These deadlines need to be met on this thing, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, brother.
Or Yared work the shaft.
So they just admit they were paranoid and trying to weed out info. Lamau. Yeah! I thank Nano for the waifu cup artwork she made for me, and her scale figure was announced. Nano, you did such an incredible job with the waifu cup artwork. Thank you for being the best ever. Dude, these conversations are literally like date, compliment, compliment, compliment. Another day passes. Compliment, compliment, compliment. It's like the only conversations they have are for complimenting and work. Okay? If somebody is like, I want to be friends with you, and then all they do is compliment you, they do not want to be friends with you. Somebody is trying to get something out of you. Okay? If so, like, dude, I don't know. I've gotten a lot of experience in like, I obviously understand the Dunning-Kruger effect here. I know that I'm not an expert. I haven't been running a business in a brick and mortar store for that long, but like, you can tell. Okay? If someone is coming in and they're like, this space is amazing, you've got such a great place, blah, 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 and they're telling me about how amazing it is that it's here, and everybody's happy about it, and how they just love what we're doing because they think we have a really great thing going on right here. They're going to ask for something. Okay. They're going to ask for something. They're going to try and sell me something. There is a catch. Okay. It's like a compliment, like a series of compliment bombardments before they go, well, I'm here because I want to give you this, or I want to sell you this, or I want to work out a deal. What up, Tanuki? Imagine doing tricks on it this hard. Oh shit, that's what the puppy girl trying to get in my pants is doing. What the fuck? The wisdom applies in multiple areas, it seems. Well, like, okay, when you're like flirting with someone, you can kind of like tell like that they're flirting because they it's like compliments, but you could tell like the way that they're talking and the way that they're moving. Sorry guys, I'm explaining something for the neurodivergence in the audience, but like you can tell by the way they're talking and that they're moving, like, oh, like they're interested. They want something out of me, and what that is my penis, you know, right? So that's why I never compliment people. Yeah, but like you can tell the difference between like what types of compliments you're getting. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you get a vibe. Like I can tell when people come into my store if they're gonna buy something or not. I don't know how I know. I just know, and 9 times out of 10, I'm correct. Can you imagine getting multiple texts while you're taking a shit, cooking, etc.? The love bombing makes you feel guilty for not being able to reciprocate all the time, too. Yes! No, that's okay. I'm going to tell my friends to buy. Oh, I thank you so much for the raid today, Nano. I'm so excited for your figure. I'm going to be the first one to get one. Sorry to reply to you before shit. I'm excited and a bit nervous. I hope it sells well. No, that's okay. I'm going to tell all my friends to buy. I appreciate it. Not going to lie. I'll shamelessly get all the help I can. Why are we highlighting that? Thank you, Diesel. The autist appreciate it. I mean, it's like the reality of these things, right? Where it's like, you can tell, dude. There's like, I've started to make it a habit to do this, right? Because we don't do it enough, and men don't do it enough to other men. So we all because okay, do you guys remember a few months ago when I told you that story? No, I guess that was a month ago. Holy shit. Damn, time flies. It was a month ago, and I got complimented on my shoes by a random passerby. They really liked my sneakers. And to be fair, they're nice sneakers, so I appreciated the compliment. But in the moment when he complimented me, I was like, what the fuck's this guy want? Like, is he trying to get something out of me? When in reality, he was just being a kind person and saying that I had cool sneakers. And so, like, I've made it a effort to do that more because it just doesn't happen. And it's like a different kind of thing. Like there's like different modes of a compliment. But like it's very clear that these are compliments with intent to get work, right? And if you wouldn't read that, there's no way you cannot read these and not read the room. Like, come on. I compliment plenty of men, but then again, I like men. See, so that's a different kind of compliment. I had a woman stop her car while she was driving by so she could tell me I look good in my dress. It was kind of scary. Yeah, okay, that's a little much. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little much. Red talked to Nano about the situation with my first waifu cup, which led him to revealing our experience with Silvervale over the past 2 years. Spite was mentioned towards the end of their conversation. That was the last time she was ever talked about between them. Before this, I was told that Silvervale had her own waifu cup with Nano's artwork on it that was already far into production. I was very excited and proud to have the first cup of Nano's art, and all of a sudden, that wasn't going to be the case. This girl is petty as hell. Not only that, but if my cup was going to be released after Silver's, I would have been harassed for copying her again. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not placing ads. It's YouTube ad automator, all right? But like, thank you for your patronage. Listen, man, I don't mind if viewers use ad block personally, but if my cup was going to be released after Silver's, I would have been harassed for copying her again. So hypothetically, let's say, I don't know, Toxic, who did my model, does somebody else's model, and it's also a goblin. Am I gonna get harassed for copying that other one? Like, come on. I wouldn't care. Is that serious? Is there really that much harassment? I need to see what this harassment looks like. Can you please provide this harassment? Okay. It's like you're saying this okay. She is saying this because she's mad that she's not getting the clout capital, or she's mad because she's not #1 in line, right? But the way that she writes it is that she's writing it like she's worried about being harassed. Like, the real intention behind this is that she wanted to be the first because she is, fucking God's favorite princess and the most beautiful girl in the world. Okay. And she's writing it like it's, oh, well, I was really worried about the harassment I could receive if I wasn't the first. Really? You and I both know that's not why. Okay. Depends on which goblin is the hottest. Look, man. I know that Toxic makes a good-looking goblin. There's a reason she draws women, okay? I did not lie to Nano about anything I said in this conversation. I would have had no reason to. Everything I said was genuinely thought and experience, speaking to a friend I trusted. Okay, she is not your friend. None of what you have shown me shows a friendship with Nanoless. You are... Let's say you're just like telling a random stranger your beef, first of all. That is what's happening here. This is a coworker. You're telling a coworker and rando your personal hangups, not your friend, because you don't talk to them enough and you haven't shown that you do. It's usually just randoms on Twitter and VTuber trolls. I gotta be honest. You can't be that thin-skinned as a streamer. I understand other streamers are like showered with praise a lot, but like I feel like you get such a big head streaming that you're just like, I'm gonna ignore fucking everything. You're literally the best. Crying emoji. Nah. Wow, it's nice to know that we started another conversation with a compliment. I complimented you. We're friends, duh. I've said this before, but I'm a sucker for a compliment. So if you guys want to love bomb me, go right ahead. It's going right to my thighs. Nah, the cup might be coming out a lot sooner than we were planning because of conflicts with another release. Oh no, what a disaster. Yeah, there's another creators thing coming out, and we wanted to make sure Cinders was released as soon as possible. Dude, okay. So so you and Cinder talked about how Silver was getting her cup out first. And then you, Red, jumped into action either at Cinder's behalf or on your own to try and cuck it. Like, that is what happened. The thighs that won't be crushing watermelons any fucking time soon. Listen, guys, I'm literally so not physically fit enough to cut a watermelon right now. I mean, not cut, I mean crush. Not the thighs, then you'll blow up. That's exactly where my mind went. Bro talks like you never played Hedon Blood, right? Plenty of buff goblin women. I know exactly what game that is. I'm one of the 5 people. The cup might be coming out a lot sooner. See, Red brought it up. See, he's doing a softball power play right now. Okay, he's doing another negotiate thing again right now. Right? He introduced the conversation so that way he could talk about it and tell Nano about it. All right, he knew what he was doing. He is not like just sharing his thoughts and feelings. He's playing ball right now, okay? This guy is fucking lying when he said that he's just like having a conversation. This guy is playing fucking ball. This couple is lying to you. They're fucking lying to you. This is a lie, all right? He is as bad as people say. So is Cinder. They are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. They are gaslighting you right now, okay? To use another word. All right, love bomb and gaslighting, why not? Damn, do you know when it is? Not exactly, that's why we were rushing. Pretty hype having my art on a GG cup. Waiting to hear back about moving the release date up, though. Yeah, we're super excited to be the first with your art. See? Dude. This guy's playing ball. This guy's playing ball. Had to move it up to make sure we have the first Nano Cup. Gonna be big. This motherfucker's playing ball. This isn't a conversation between friends. Are you kidding me? Didn't this happen months ago? Late Diesel. Yeah, but these messages are being released now. I'm so excited. Let me know if you get dates. It was supposed to be towards the end of June. We're waiting on confirmation. Could be within the next couple of weeks. Let's go. The other thing with your art on it could be coming out soon. So we're going to Sonic speed on this bitch. Dude, this motherfucker went into this conversation to try and blackball Silvervale. Are you fucking kidding me? This is actually that bad. This is actually as bad as people were saying. This little sleazy bitch. Other thing, see? Because he introduces the conversation, and then he introduces that it's Nano's art. So he went into the conversation already knowing all of this information. He was doing this deliberately. Okay? This wasn't like oh, I just let it slip. This is not I just let it slip. This is not a just let it slip thing. Right? He knew about Nano's other project, and they're beating around a bush, not saying it. But they still want the art at Anime Expo, probably without the cups being on sale. Yeah, wait a minute. I I thought you would have been told, okay, I'm probably not supposed to say anything, but this motherfucker is actually playing ball right now and then being like, oh, well, I got a bunch of these industry secrets I'm not supposed to share, but, you know, since we're here, this is like, this is like when I think I can't finish saying because it is a thing. You got to keep this between us, of course. I'm leaking excitement. No, you can't even do that, or I'll send that gorilla to beat me up that one time at your house. Okay, I'm clogged. Okay, so Cinder's been super excited about having the first cup with your art. Like, super big deal. With the cool double-sided two-color effect. I mean, she's a cutie, oh my god. She was talking to a VTuber about the upcoming cups from other creators, just because she was curious. And was teasing a few to her. And he mentioned a new kind of cup he pitched to the heads at GamerSupps, and they agreed after seeing a certain piece of art, and it'll be used on the first of its kind in this cup. This new cup, instead of being transparent waifu cup, is a full body color art piece. I don't know how the cup will end up looking, though. Okay, this is top secret, and you can't say anything to anyone, not even Blank. All right, because technically, this was between him and Cinder, and I shouldn't know about it, but I'm the manager. You should know about it, actually. I think that you're bad at your job, Cinder's bad at her job, and you're both actually bad people, okay? And I thought you knew. Blank, me, GG people were very interested in my work. Maybe it was a foreshadow. Redacted message. Okay, here it is. The new full body color art is of silver, and it's basically at the same part of production as Cinder, and it has your art. What Blank told Cinder is that it was something you drew for silver for Blank, and it was never used, so she's reusing it here after Blank pitched the idea to make it. So Cinder starts panicking about it. We have no clue when they plan on releasing that cup, but if it's before Cinder's, it won't be the first Nano Cup. Who gives a shit? And not only that, but Cinder said the hand with the heart positions are really similar. Oh, yeah. How many different ways does a... I'm sorry. Are you fucking kidding me? Guys, these things that maids at maid cafes do. Only one is allowed to do the heart hands. You cannot have more than one maid do. Hot hands. Not the hot hands. God. Powerful Redditor vibes. Which isn't your fault since you didn't know anything about this. And if Cinder's cup were to release after hers, then it would be more fuel to the ongoing drama between them. Brother, there's no way to undrama the drama that doesn't exist between them that you're stoking by actually playing into it. Like, you're actually paranoid, okay? But, like, okay, so if Cinder's cup is out first, that means Silver's cup is still coming out. It doesn't matter who gets there first or last. What matters is that it's the same artist. And Cinder will get more hate about it. Oh, but if Cinder gets out first, then Silver gets more hate about it. Okay, so we're just tossing the ball to whoever gets more hate. Got it, got it. Plus hers is brand new full art color cup, while Cinder's would have a normal waifu cup and would be overshadowed in comparison. You are actually cringe.
There is only one true himbo goblin.
That's so true. I really am him. I really am him. God, hold on. I gotta think for this. I gotta think for this. There we go. Now I'm red. So, what Blank was doing overtime coordinating Blank to try and work out an emergency plan to get Cinder's cup out ASAP. There's just a lot of unspoken drama between Cinder and Silver. Only me and a couple of other people know everything. It was important to get Cinder's out before hers. Oh, okay, so that way my girlfriend can be the winner, because she is the #1 best girl. Yeah, the only way Cinder can win is to get hers out first. She has drama with Silver. There's just been a lot of misunderstandings and coincidences. A fire that I'm deliberately stoking by doing this. The internet thinks Cinder copied everything about Silver. It's basically confirmed that Silver doesn't like Cinder because of it. And he was wrong! And he was wrong! And he was wrong! It's crazy. It's crazy. Silver's like a constant victim Andy, but she literally was on the money spot right about the vibe check she got.
Diesel Goblin Gamer subs full body art cup win.
Well, if I get successful being a streamer, sure. I actually could make it happen. I got contacts, bro. I got contacts. I've talked about the business with some folks. So I do know about, I got connections, okay? I got connections. It could happen. But yeah. Cinder rated Silver multiple times, and she's the only one that Silver won't say her name. Dude, wait a second. But there was clips of Silver having said the name, one, so that's a lie. And then, two, Silver was right, so it doesn't matter. It's a goddamn waifu cup. The fans will buy it no matter when it drops, yes. Silver was at Cinder's debut last year. Cinder started growing fast, and then not even a month later contacts you about getting a model from you herself, rushed for her birthday. There's more instances like that, but Silver refuses to follow, acknowledge, or interact with Cinder at all because it's assumed that Cinder copied her. It sucked. This is actually cringe. This is actually high school baby bottom bullshit, fucking useless, stupid, fucking stupid. This is stupid. You know, sometimes I think the constant debate rape commentary stuff is like dumb, and it is. But this is like infinitely more stupid. This is like actually that bad. It sucks because she didn't ironically, Cinder's the only Cinder because of Silver. Okay. Cinder's the only Cinder because of Silver, but not because she copied her, the complete opposite. Listen, this new kid on the block is getting pretty famous, but she has to kiss the ring. Look, man. People gotta kiss the ring in commentary. At least they used to, not anymore. It doesn't really work like that. The entire community fell apart. It's just like the guys who follow ACC stuff and then EHD, pole adjacent people. But that used to be very common. As the great philosophers say, pee-pee poo-poo. Before Cinder was Cinder, she was Tashi, with an ASMR channel, which she still does sometimes. Silver didn't like Cinder, and how she would respond to Cinder's raids in his past experience, we had to infer that Lily's reactions to her raids, along with her other behavior, signaled she had a problem with Cinder. And it turns out that everybody was right. The Don's ring. I expect I expect my people to kiss the ring, okay? You know, we run a tight ship here at the Slop Mafia, all right? You know, you come to me on the day of my channel's 100K subscribers, you know, you kiss the ring. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. The pink OC. Yeah, she always loved wolves. And she's always loved the cherry blossom motif. I'm sorry, but like... You gotta understand. This girl was not like the other girls. She liked pink and dog. Not many other women like pink and dog. Which member is the ring on? It's a pinky ring. So, we're gonna turn her already successful existing character into a Vtuber. But turn her into a wolf girl. We wrote lore for it and everything. She was a cherry blossom wolf girl who was a nature goddess, spirit of the forest. I'm green. That's it. My lores, I'm a green guy. Motherfuckers want to copyright pink flowers. Yeah. This was like October of 2020 when she cheated on me with another ASMR channel. Because I am a loser. We were waiting to start on it with blank. We couldn't start with her until December. And 1 to 2 weeks before she was all ready to work with us, Vshoujo debuted and Silva rebranded as a cherry blossom wolf girl. So, to avoid copying her and we could stand out, we basically did the opposite of that design. So instead of making her like Sonic the Hedgehog, we made her like Shadow the Hedgehog. Because of Cinder's love of metal music, I'm sorry, her love of metal music, that song that she did was not good. I don't know how any self-respecting metal fan could have listened back to that and gone, what a great song. You know how many people get like up in arms about like even the metal music you listen to though, you know? me sheepishly listening to Sleep Token being like, this band's pretty good. But some guy on reddit.com is going to get up to it's complaining about him. Because of Cinder's love of metal music and Okami/wolves, and the fact that no one else at the time had a fire since Western VTubing was so new, we came up with Cinder, and told Blank we had to change the direction last minute in order to stand out from Silver. And also that pink cherry blossom motif was super overdone. Oh my god, this guy is gossiping. This guy is gossiping like crazy. I can't play the song because then I'll get copyright struck. Sleep Token mentioned. I like to like clearly when a band that is not Sleep Token is playing, go, is this Sleep Token? And then watch the other person's reaction. It's like when you tell a guy that listens to Ghost that it sounds like Scooby-Doo music. And I like Ghost, by the way. It definitely, some of the songs sound like Scooby-Doo music. I agree. I still like it though. Guy who's like, oh, you only listen to popular metal music. Yes, because the bands are good. And I don't want to listen to Dumpster Fire Shit Festival.
Cinder be like, yay, I like metal music. I like this really underground band called Slipknot.
I'd buy a gamer cup with your goblin on it, Diesel, and a plushie of the cute baby goblin.
I think honestly we could probably manufacture the goblins. I think it's doable. Rage Bait Diesel. Come on, like you've never thought about that? Some of those Sleep Token songs sound straight up like pop songs for like the first like 2 minutes. And then also, by the way, if you're like in a car with somebody and they're like, pass me the aux, and you play a 6-minute Sleep Token song, I'm actually gonna pull a fucking car over. I don't like, it doesn't matter if the song is good. It matters that you put on a 6-minute song when I handed you the aux, okay? Guy who's like, I don't like Ice Nine Kills because all they do is movie-themed metal music. Okay, I'll give you a deeper cut in terms of like a metal band now, just to show my my clout capital here. Does anybody listen to Bill Murray? That's actually, yes, that's actually the name of the band. Electric Callboy is another one. They're kind of poppy, but they're definitely metal music for sure. Till Lindemann, I mean, come on. Like, great stuff. I don't know why it's listed as a metal band. Polyphia is not a metal band. I guess it's math rock. Don Broco is a metalcore band. That's another good one. There we go. See, I'm learned. Is this Bring Me the Horizon? See, you would have said, is this Bring Me the Horizon if it was 3 years ago? Oh, Magnolia Park is really good. I like Magnolia Park. I'm trying to think of other ones. I'm looking at my I saw Bill Murray last year and it was fantastic. That's fucking okay. We got a based music listener here. Isn't Jesus of Suburbia like 9 minutes? That one doesn't feel like 9 minutes.
Guys, let's pretend Monster Musume and MG don't exist, so Cinder's generic hellhound anime girl design is totally original.
Guys, if you want your Vincent Martin stream, you have a single minute. You have a single minute to hit the goal. Powerwolf is also good. Do you fuck with Starset? Starset's okay. I'm not like a big Starset fan. I do got some of their songs in my playlist though, for sure. Remember when Green Day was good? That was a long time ago, dude. Beartooth is another one. Fucking, this is kind of emo, but TX2, if you've ever listened to them. The fucking song Vampire by Rumor makes me feel like I'm fucking in high school again.
Yes.
How do we feel about Spirit Box? I fuck with Spirit Box hard. All right. You guys donated enough. We hit the goal. Not like I'll say no to money,
time.
though. I think what's funnier about me getting donos off of the back of like doing a Vincent Martin stream is like it's just funny because like it's very clearly like shooting fish in a barrel. And I'm coming into it with like very clearly like I think he's like just I'm not even accepting it as like legitimate whatsoever. I'm taking it even less seriously than Falgi or Beckett for that matter. Let's see. The Blossom motif was super overdone. It ended up working out since no one else but Spite nowadays really has her theming. Oh shit, this is so tense. At some point, people think that Cinder and Silver sounding familiar, or that their designs sound somewhat alike Wolf Girls, or Cinder's model art, or Silver's original 2D model looking alike, or the fact that they both have super similar personalities and have similar sounding laughs must mean that Cinder copied everything?
How do you feel about Less Than Jake? One of my faves along with Blind Guardian.
I actually have no idea what either of those bands are. New goal? Well, you know, you did twist my arm. You did twist my arm. I'll make a new goal. Unless there we go. Vincent Martin stream showed up on my... Why is that there? Why are you there? Minecraft. There we go. Minecraft. Why is Vincent... Get Vincent Martin off my screen this instant. Minecraft. Come on, please go. There we go. Get this shit off my screen. Why won't it leave? There we go. Vincent Martin, he demanded to be seen. Don't mess with the Martin. Maybe Silver don't talk too much with me because of Cinder. I mean, I'm not blaming Cinder, don't worry. I don't know. I wouldn't think that's the case because she worked with you for a long time before Cinder. You've done a lot of art for her. When do we get philosophical AI stream? But nobody's going to watch that. They don't come to me for the philosophy. They come for me for my dashing good looks and abundant dad jokes. Vincent will think you're into Cabal. There is no Cabal. The Cabal is dead. He's just a mentally ill loner with no friends. Listen, man. Listen, man. If this government shutdown goes on for a month, he's not gonna get his SNAP benefits. Okay, so maybe maybe Vincent should start stacking that paper instead of bitching on the internet. It's true, by the way. That's true. That's something that they halted during the government shutdown. Department of the Homeland Security stays up though. I don't know. I wouldn't think that's the case because she worked with you and others for a long time before Cinder. You've done a lot of her art. Yes, yes. This is kind of sad though. I think Cinder and Silver could be like sisters. I'm just wondering if she asked you for a new model, but because she caught wind of Cinder's upcoming debut and wants to one-up her. This guy is literally just making shit up and also trying to cuck Silver. That's crazy, dude. Diesel, don't jinx me, you bastard. I think this is going to be a really long... I think it's going to be a really long shutdown. I'm sorry. It's just my take. Q with the 5 gifted. Look at you, Mr. Money More Bucks. It's not called that. It's called the Department of War now. No. When I'm president, it's going to be the Department of Woke. And we're going to... and we're going to shoot non-binary bullets. And it'll all say OWO on them, and all the tanks will have a QR code to a femboy Discord server. So by the way, I watched this like 3-hour video about Nick Fuentes. I get why guys say he's gay. I know why. He definitely is. The Department of Goon. When I'm president, I will introduce the Department of Goon. The Department of Goonland Security.
Q's Hood Ornament celebrates 22 months of membership. Department of Gooning or nothing.
Department of
Coward.
Gooning, dog. Damn, that's suspiciously close to Doge, dude. I'm gonna subsidize the sex work economy, okay? He is such an evil gay. No, it's actually really funny because he was like following. No, oh yeah. There was that time that there was a. So his fans will be like, oh, it's not his Twitter account, but it was definitely one of his alts that he was using to get back on Twitter. And and it was like trans femboy porn, and it was seen on one of the tabs on his like phone. I honestly, you're joking, but that sounds lovely. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of hardworking girls and guys out there in the sex work community that they could use a bit of government subsidy. You know, I'm sure the world could use another cam house. We really gotta maximize this. I think we should have state mandated. Everybody gets a free OF subscription of their choosing, funded by tax dollars, of course. Okay, we're gonna take the tariff revenue and put it into the Department of Gooning. That's my platform. That's my platform. Let's see. I'm just wondering when the new model's coming because she caught wind of Cinder's upcoming debut and wants to one-up her. Lies. I made that up. Literally, they're so alike. Like their personalities, their opposite designs, they fit so well together. Cinder just feels like she's always in Silver's shadow. You made that up. You're fighting shadows, buddy. You're fighting shadows. You're boxing nothing but the insecurities within inside your soul. You're Can I start a Fansly VTuber house? That's crazy. Cinder and Silver feel like she's always in Silver's shadow because that's what people think. I think that I read minds. I suffer more in my own mind than in reality. I suffer from a lack of confidence because of the result of my own actions in my life. I see enemies everywhere, but in fact, everybody's just minding their own business, being stuck in their own insecurities. I'm projecting my insecurities out onto the world. That's what I'm doing. That's me. That's me. You're not saying no? Well, how could I say no, you know? It would be against my platform.
Look, I'm not saying I'd start an if there was gooning subsides involved, but I'm not saying I wouldn't either.
I'll be the first United States president to show. Tell me this wouldn't work. Fuck yes, dude. Silvervale's model is way classier than Cinder's. Yeah, I think Silver's model is probably a little cooler, at least in this image. I kind of like Silver's a little more, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I feel like there's something to be, I don't know. When you try to, okay, when you pass the age of 24 and you try to be like a metalhead and like everything you do is like metal related, you either need to like really lean into like the goth look or you need to like really tone it down, okay? Because when you kind of like do it performatively, it looks really bad. I mean, like I wear a lot of like I wear a lot of button downs right now, but that's just because I like to carry around notebooks in my pockets. But aside from that, I wear a lot of black and like sweaters, so I like goth it up, but I business it because it's just I don't want to be running around in like denim cutoffs and fucking pointed jackets because you don't fucking do that in the real world very often. You should do a goon ranking for VTuber models. Yeah, why the hell not? But yes, dude. But like going back to the Gamer Sucks thing, if Silver releases her new impressive cup first, it's gonna overshadow Cinder's. Plus, you take the first Nano Art Cup title. Who Megalol gives a shit? Diesel, bring back the emo hair comb over. No, it's been tainted because like it's just Richard Spencer's hair. You're wearing a button down right now. Yeah, I am. I'm wearing actually I'm wearing like a Henley sweater. The one from Critical Role. It's like the Fjords one, so it's like black. And it has kind of like cross stitching on it. Diesel and a turtleneck would be silly. I do have a turtleneck for the winter. I just picked up a new one. She'd take the first Nano Art Cup title. And since the poses are similar, people would say she's copying again. I just feel like Cinder with blank. People used to still compare us a lot. And I always feel in his shadow. Oh, plus we didn't even give blank Silver as a design reference. We gave her blank, lol. Dude, I like how Nanolist tries to like open up and then Red continues talking about his bullshit. Turtlenecks are kind of hot. Yeah, that's why I got one. I completely understand that. I actually like both of your art for a long time. Blank, I've always thought of you as the bigger artist. Glaze, 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 glaze. Glaze, 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 glaze. I think of turtlenecks. I think of that one image of The Rock. I could definitely pull that off. Actually, I could easily be doing that look. I don't think I would look very good, but I definitely would look that way. Let's see. I always thought of you as the bigger artist. Thank you. What the fuck? Damn. Yeah, I like blank too. Blank, blank, blank. But you can't tell me that this is better than this. Good artist, God artist Nano. Dude, this love bombing bullshit is insane. This is crazy. This guy is like planting fucking seeds right now, dude. He is, this entire document is what you call reaping what you sowed, dude. Holy shit. I'm not supposed to have this image saved, but let me show you the cup's art. Thank you, Red. On the hentai world, skill doesn't mean much, but booba. Yes, but you draw the best booba. If Silver's cup comes out first, wow, Cinder even copied Silver's cup art and artist, and not even in color. Who? Someone send us the Psy, show her what love bombing is. Yeah, but you got to meet a really strict set of criteria, or Psy will actually just like say that it's sexism or some other thing as a shield to defend her crusty ass. Diesel, am I brain rotted or does it look like AI? Nah, I don't think it looks like AI. They do be similar. What have I done? So at least Cinder's cup comes out first. That's what we're trying to do. Then Silver will be the one copying Cinder, but it won't matter, and no one will say that because she's massive, and full-bodied color art will take the tension away from it anyway. Are you kidding me? I love how he tries to rationalize it as like Cinder will be fine if it happens to her, but if it happens to Cinder, then she's fucked. But like I said, both Cinder and Silver at the same point of production, so it could be that they launch as soon as us, but we don't know when. Well, this was before the AI boom. Yeah, it was 2023, so like AI would have just been getting good enough to start taking artists' jobs. It wasn't urgent, so I could make new art for the special cup. Nah, it's okay, Nano. We really love the art you made for it. Maybe if they want another cup, we could always do double-sided full-body colored artwork with the 2.0 demon design or something. Who knows? But yeah, I really wish Silver could make up with Cinder. There's more drama now that happened over the past couple of years, but it's all from Cinder's side. Oh, yeah, we're just totally innocent right now. He wants Silver to get hate so bad. So, is Red just casually admitting to breaking confidentiality agreements, saving images he wasn't supposed to, and then sharing them with a third-party contractor? He does know that gamer subs can sue him over these DMs, right? Well, please, for the love of God, please, that would be the funniest thing ever. I don't think gamer subs will. They don't really seem like the type to enforce right there. I feel like Cinder bowing out of the company and all that stuff is enough for gamer subs to kind of throw their hands up and go mea culpa on that. But I could definitely see that being the case with a more litigious company. They would be so good together. That's a big L. Big L for real. I hope Cinder's Cup comes first, though. I know the sad feeling. Honestly, she could try to talk before doing this. What do you mean, like Cinder and Silver? Like talk and have things sorted just before just all ignoring it? I don't think Silver's willing to. Cinder DM'd Silver on Twitter before asking to play Minecraft together since they were both really into it and was never answered. And they're not Discord friends. Okay, let me explain our first interaction. Oh, wait. It's late. You should sleep. Don't worry. I love gossip. Oh, no. Look at it. Dude, I'm not even reading what's Red's putting at the bottom of the screen right now, but he is so gonna throw this back on Nano like he's an innocent little Andy who is just sharing his fees. Okay, Nano, isn't it 2 or 3 a.m. for you? I believe it was MSP Mine server. It is, but I'm very into it. Okay, let me get the deets. I'm trying to find the tweet. Red, Nano, don't worry. I love gossip. Nano's always been open to talking about drama and gossip with me. No. You started this, buddy. You started this. This is a business relationship you have, okay? And you are doing this with the intent to play some softball fucking mind games with this artist right now, okay? Do not make this like, oh, we're just sharing tea. We're just sharing gossip. No, you came into this with fucking intention. Do not try and make this about something it isn't. Dude, are VTubers really like sitting down and going Switzerland over this? This is actually the most egregiously guilty bullshit I've ever fucking read. These people are not only not sorry, but they've stood 10 toes down on being the worst fucking people possible while also lying to everybody and saying that they're sorry and they actually just wanted everyone to get along. Like, look, man, if we're going to hold yourself to the standards of the VTubing community, you don't even do that, okay? You're just, hoping that you produced enough words that people aren't going to hold you accountable to this? This is so clearly you playing Nano, dude. What the fuck? Most of them haven't read this shit. Oh, that was February 2021. Cinder was designed in December of 2020. Cinder is a talented artist from high school and college, and she didn't pick up art for a long time. Until she got a tablet and laptop working for the ASMR channel, like thumbnails. So when she became a VTuber, she wanted to draw fan art of herself with other big VTubers. Silver was the first one she did. She planned to do her and blank drinking tea, Bao splashing water on her head and her getting upset, and playing drums while Cinder playing Guitar Hero. That's cute. I remember that art, actually. They're just waiting on their news tubers of choice to summarize it, or for someone on 4chan to do so. It's 1,000 fucking pages, dude. Yeah, there's no way I'm finishing it, but I think I'm kind of coming to my conclusion on my, like, feelings and intent on it, you know? Yeah, it's like the C. She said she loves gossip after I dumped a lot of sensitive info. It's her fault. Yeah. But I never ended up doing anymore. That's cute art, actually. But so only the silver one exists and no one knows about the other ones. So in isolation, it seems like she only ever meant to draw this one for silver. Well, like, she didn't put the other one out, so it doesn't really fucking matter what the intent was. The problem is in that tweet, Cinder said, "You're such an inspiration," when in reality, Silver was an inspiration for the design by not wanting to be a cherry blossom wolf, but not by her streams or inside jokes or personality or anything, because Cinder didn't watch. Dude, holy shit. Wait, no, isn't this like a 4chan thing? He's like repeating like a talking point from like the anime board. Isn't this from the anime board? He's like on the anime board. Like, this is the thing from the anime board. That's exactly what this is. Dude, he's like actually just believing random glup shitto fucking 4chan post. Like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? So people look at this one fan art Cinder ever did, and the fact that she said she was an inspiration to the point of them having similar names, designs, and stream personas. This motherfucker is actually boxing imaginary people right now. Holy shit. Either the anime board or VT. Oh yeah, I forgot. They have a specific virtual tubers board. Sorry, I don't fucking use 4chan because I'm employed. So people look at the one fan art Cinder ever did, and the fact that she said she's an inspiration to the point of them having similar names and designs and stream personas, but that's not all the drama with this post. Cinder tweeted the same thing for a few days before, but there was also this, Cinder Veil. You know, because it's cute art. There wasn't a malicious intent or weird feelings behind it. Mama Veil even retweeted the original post and then unretweeted it. And we were like, what happened? People make too much fuss out of nothing, too. But it's very clear that you're doing this with the intent to, like, fucking clout grab, dude. Holy shit. You'd be surprised how much the VT opinions get parroted around the VTuber community. Well, you know, I've never put much credence. So, this is why QAnon worked, okay? I've never put that much credence in, like, the words of, like, either Reddit posts usually, I mean, or 4chan posts. 4chan more specifically, because you don't tie your internet identity to that. So it's like, I'm like, okay, I just assume you're posting to fucking cause a stir, right? Because isn't that what you do if you have free time? Like, who the fuck, come on. Who the fuck wouldn't? People to make too much fuss out of nothing, too. At the time, we were working with Blank on Cinder's alerts and art panels. There's so many VTubers that are alike. We knew Blank was friends with Silver, so we asked her if there was a problem. Blank said that Silver was really put off by Cinder Veil, and she was going to message Cinder. Silver messages Cinder, asking her to take it down. Dude, this guy is actually telling everything. Dude, this guy is such a fucking piece of shit. Look, this ultimately, the buck stops with Cinder, and I gotta remember that Cinder wants me to skewer her boyfriend, okay? That is what's part of the problem is. This is actually really damning against both of them. Cinder especially, because she's having this guy do the dirty work. But boy, oh boy, does he really revel in this muck, dude. Holy shit. It's like using snark Reddits as evidence for anything. Yeah. Snark Reddits, also for the unemployed. It's actually all of these can be answered by having a job or going outside. It's crazy. Silver never followed Cinder, but I mean at that time Cinder was just a reference sheet. End of chapter. Next chapter. Now we're on to the model chapter. This guy is actually just going on and on and on about it. Holy shit. In between these screenshots, Red told Nano the story about the long process of getting my first model, but it's not relevant to show here. Well, it seems like you're really trying to sew a little story here, so I don't know about that. Man, listen, man, I can hate Nano as much as I want, but it really just seems like Nano suffered from being a massive fucking pushover idiot. Which, honestly, I guess Nano is entitled to be a bit of an idiot. But this guy is acting very maliciously and abusing Nano's lack of acumen in this situation 100%. All right. Anyway, they really want you to put all the blame on the BF, who Cinder is still dating, and she rehired him as her manager. But he's just a worse guy. Cinder is so sorry. Which I would be able to be more accepting of if the boyfriend didn't get rehired, or if Cinder actually apologized and didn't just not apologize. If I would love to meet these people in real life. Holy shit. Be crazy. Oh, this drama guy got blackballed again. Crazy. Let's see. So Cinder is most likely debut a lot sooner, but the model kept getting put on hold. We should have never gotten tied up with blank, but in the end, we were super happy that you ended up being Cinder's artist. Now, we can't imagine anyone else doing her stuff. Oh, of course. Either that, or when she decided to get a model from blank, or when blank canceled on Cinder. But like I said before, Cinder debuted, and Silver was there for like the first hour watching. Never said anything. Actually unemployable. I do not want to update to Windows 11. I will find a way around it. Please go away, Microsoft. Then a few weeks later, Cinder unapologizing. Yeah, Cinder debuted and Silver was there for like the first hour watching, never saying anything. You guys are actually certified dick rider, fucking hog rider, fucking haters, dude. That's like somebody who like hates me checking in the chat of another streamer to see if I'm there. The answer is no, I'm not. Yeah, don't let this guy go. This guy's a keeper. He's husband material. This is the house husband we're talking about, okay? This is the house husband, other house husband's fear. Then a few weeks later, goes to your for a model, and after we got you training, lol, and your art had improved so much in such a small time. Even when Cinder debuted, people were saying she looked like Silver, even sounded like Silver, acted like Silver. Her name is like Silver. People say these two look alike. I gotta be honest, that image makes them look alike because they're doing the tongue stick out thing. Okay. Oh my god, there was even a meme we made last fall. It was an inside joke between Cinder and I. Hold on. Okay, so we made this meme, and it was a really old joke between us, October 8th of last year. It was like, this guy is spilling it all. Oh my god. There are so many reasons for her potentially not saying anything. This is actually crazy, the amount of effort he's going to. So we made a meme. This is a meme going around or trending or whatever a week later on the 16th. The exact same thing. Silver does not follow Cinder because she refuses to acknowledge her or validate her in any way. But she did this. So, like, she's watching what she's doing. And we're like, why are you kidding? So she replied to it with her own tweet. Yeah, but here's the thing. You said it was, like, going around. This was not like a meme going around and trending anything. Okay, sure. Dude, it's literally a dog. Just to keep kind of like, I'm not the one copying her. And this was around the time of the BSMP Minecraft server, and they were both in it all the time, introduced them to each other, and Cinder was super nice, like always. And Silver just gave this dismissive hi and went on with what she was doing. Dude. Blank introduced them to each other, and Cinder was super nice, blah, blah, blah. Then at TwitchCon in October, Cinder went to Silver's meet and greet at the Vshoujo booth with Aru. Aru is another dog VTuber, correct? Because I guess her and Silver were friends just to like introduce herself. Holy shit, this is a lot. The blank thing is so shit, bruh. Aru wanted to ask Silver if the two of them and Cinder could do a Wolf Girl collab together. I heard some issues about blank. Aru asked, and Cinder never heard anything else about it. Yeah, okay. I have friends that made an email for her and blank wanting to give credits. She just ghosted and that's it. Blank's really nice, but their management's really difficult to go through. Blank also had an issue with blank too. Were you talking about V Shoujo here? It's okay, guys. They went bankrupt. All right, they chapter 11 out of existence. We haven't worked with blank at all, so I don't know. We want an art piece from her in a 2.0 review. I guess it's an artist. See if she was able, but okay, back to the lore. Minecraft died in November. This motherfucker is actually saying everything. This guy is the most guilty fucker ever. Cinder's also guilty. Let's keep remembering that. I gotta keep repeating it because this motherfucker's doing all the dirty work. Let's just put it into perspective here. The only reason this guy is doing it is because he was definitely told to by his fucking mistress, Miss Cinder. Okay? This guy is getting dirty on her behalf. Okay? That is what's happened here. This guy is doing all the legwork for Cinder. This is all Leadhead's fault for being a puppy girl and making it weird. I got really bad news for all of you. It was always a bit weird. I will say, the only puppy girl that I've ever had a good experience with is puppy girl Jenna. And, like, she's, like, the most normal. You know, other people, they name drop the famous people they know, and it's like an actor or a big streamer. Me, the girl who rolls around on the floor on TikTok and shows hole. I actually got surprised when Silver went to GamerSups. Yeah. Isn't the other one bigger? She got blank, launched her shaker, and then left. I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if Silver Cups comes out soon. They also want the art on the AX booth. I mean, I don't mind if they advertise Cinder and Silver together. It'll just make Silver mad. Really? Really? It'll just make Silver mad? I think it would make you mad, actually. I think it would make you mad. Literally, if you advertise them together, you'll get 2 times the sales. Didn't Cat Fen Boys dethrone puppy girls a long time ago? What is this? Is this Game of Hoes, dude? What are we talking about? Dude, Dognary's Targaryen. It's crazy. Wouldn't be surprised, blah, blah, blah. At least we got a soft confirmation. Cinder will be on the booth, which is awesome. I'll advise the cup Cinder versus Silver. I'm joking, okay? And when you told me, if I hadn't gone with my Tiefling character from an old D&D campaign, I would have been some kind of wolf girl. Well, we would have, like, the VTubers actually would have came for your head, dude. Well, like, okay, all right, Blue Yokai, Tieflings. I feel like Tieflings used to have the hang up of being like the character that, like, you know, hoes be playing, because that was like my first Tiefling character. My first character was a Tiefling, but like that whole like stereotype about Tieflings kind of vanished after Baldur's Gate 3. But it definitely used to be a stereotype associated with Tieflings. Cat femboys are so powerful that even Nick Fuentes couldn't resist. That motherfucker was gay from the moment he came out of the womb. And then you told me she asked you about doing a new model. I wonder if it's because Cinder posted 2 or 3 teasers of her new model on Twitter, and Silver stalks her page, and she saw it and she thought it would be to beat her to it, or at least take you up on your time so you'd be able to do what Cinder needed. Lol, like, honestly, it would benefit them both, but Silver seems like she has too much of an ego. Really? I feel like the call is coming from in the house. You know when people are like talking out their ass like that? Like, this guy is so clearly projecting. She'll never give Cinder public validation as long as she believes Cinder is a copy. Now listen, I don't want you to think we're telling you not to work with her. So this guy tells this whole big story, makes Silver out to be a massive villain, and then he starts to soft drop, hey, don't work with Silver. At this point, Cinder should just give up on that and keep walking. She's a big customer. This guy is so This is so fucking obvious, dude. This guy is such a fucking little gremlin, man. This guy is literally dedicated to the cause. It's true and real. It's just hard because it's hard for the public to separate the two. Kind of like blank. I did this with blank and I'm living, but blank seems like a cool guy. He just feels like my Dinkelberg. Guys, I really don't care what other contemporaries do with their time. I don't care. Why do you people give a shit, dude? This is all insecurities. Who gives a shit? Lol, Cinder is Silver's Dinkelberg. That's perfect. I don't understand Blank's issue. Cinder's just trying to be nice and Silver's hating on her. You're crazy. Yes, lol. Blank had beef with Blank debuted last year because she was on stream and she was ripping off her voice. Something like, why watch a ripoff when you have the original or something? And just ignored because she didn't want any fights. And I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but they're fine now and they interact on Twitter. Oh, okay. But they're inseparable because people always associate them together from like that with Cinder and Silver. This feels like that one friend that keeps going on about their boyfriend being abusive and cheating on him and getting mad when you hate the guy. My brother in Christ, you told me they were Hitler. Yeah, it does have that kind of vibe. Wow, I never thought it was something, but I just called it the voice meta. And the names being so similar doesn't help us either. Yeah, cute accents always do well. Change Cinder to Tinder. Follow me to great tips. Actually, just buy Tinder. Quit VTubing. Become a dating app. Lol. So, like, we're not saying to stop working with Silver. Look, we're not saying to stop working with her. We're just saying she's not good people. All right? We're not telling you what to do with your business. We're just saying we're not fans. All right? Listen, I got a ship to run, and I am not a fan of her. Just telling you how it is. It's just our business. But we just felt you should know how we feel. You know what I mean? Come on. Come on. We know what you're doing. This is not... Stop it. Stop it. So, like, we're not saying to stop working with Silver, but, like, we'll always have plenty of work for you if you're willing to take it. We really appreciate everything you do for us. And Cinder really wants to get closer with you. Dude. This is so blatant. This is so blatant. Dude, this is like a high school courtship level of fucking insanity. Holy shit. That's a cute statement. Oh, my shit ass. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Cinder raided Silver like 3 or 4 times with fat raids, 1,000 to 2,000 people. And Silver refuses to say Cinder's name on stream. She'll say, "Thank you so much. Welcome, raiders. Go follow her." Well, there's clips that show that was a lie. Again, I remember watching those. I'm using "we're" here, but Cinder had no idea this conversation was happening until I told her about it later. I think this is a lie. Having read this now, I think this is a lie. I think Cinder knew, and I think you were acting as the guy who gets his hands dirty. Okay? I think you were acting as the guy who gets his hands dirty, and Cinder knew about it. I think you're trying to save face right here. I think Cinder saying she didn't know is her trying to save face. I think she knew. I think it was deliberate. I think these people are lying when they say this, and they are lying to you. Cinder knew. She was completely aware of these conversations. There's no way she wasn't. I refuse to believe that. This conversation was clearly designed in a way to try and, like, fucking garner sympathy for Nanolist to get Nanolist to pick a side. Okay? You 100% were on it. Okay? I was speaking for both of us without her knowledge or consent. Let's see. I didn't realize this message was cut off when these screenshots were taken. Every single other raid, she'll call them by their name. What the fuck? Like, it make it more obvious you have a problem, Silver. She can't even hide it. They briefly talked about Silver leaving VShojo between these screenshots. By the way, about Silver's not model. It's not her that came to me. It was me. I wanted to ask her if she wanted a better model, since that one was kind of made in a rush. Pick a side, Nano. This. I wanted to ask her if she wanted a better model, blah, blah, blah. But not going to lie, I regret asking it because I'm not sure I'm up for more model work. And all this talk makes me feel sus. See? All this talk makes me feel sus. This motherfucker is actually being a little manipulator, Andy. I'm so sorry. This is actually so cut and dry. It is actually crazy. Dude, I can't believe. Okay, obviously I know the VTubers didn't read it, but if they're taking a Switzerland stance on this, they deserve to. I got a bridge to sell them. I'm sorry, I got a bridge to sell them. It is actually that easy to see what kind of bullshit is going on right now. Nanolist is being taken for a fucking ride. She didn't give me a proper reply about the model yet. Anyway, oh okay, no worries, Nano. I'd rather it be you asking her than her asking you. Lol. Oh my god, I found it. This was a reply to one of Cinder's tweets last week. Oh my god. That's wonderful. Brightens me up to see this, and you deserve it for being so cool and chill and actually comfy and truly a good wolf. I'm sure that cosplay will be neat as fuck. Yeah, I just wanted to say that's a lot less weird. It's still on the bag, though. It's okay. Damn, actually comfy. Nano clarified to me that she was the one who went to Silver about the new model when she told me about it on 5/4/23. But was already regretting it due to not being up for more model work. Nano taking on more models than she could handle will continue to happen over the next couple of years. So? I mean, look, man, that's like Nano's cross the bear. All right, granted. Like who Mega Lol gives a shit. I wonder who that's about. It's just been crazy, Nano, and that's why we're rushing to Cup. Because you're completely insecure babies that are grown-ass adults? Okay, sure. Okay. Welcome to the inner circle. Only a few other people know about the Silvervale drama. Just you, me, and the board on VT. Just you, me, and all of 4chan. That's like How I Met Your Mother, Butt Cup. Yeah, Butt Cup. Maybe the next cup. Chug off an asshole. I feel like, do I talk like this in DMs with people? I don't think I talk like this, dude. I have like conversations, but like, these are like, I don't understand how these things become Google Docs these days, lol. Dude, they like set a Google Doc to publish now. You can like, this is published like a website, dude. There's like sections and everything. Look at that. It's 1,000 pages. This is 1,000 pages. I've read 53 pages so far. I just want you all to know that I've read 53 pages of this section. I no longer want a butt cup. Give me a boob cup, please. But it's a great investment. Oh, really? Is that so? Believe question. Go on, Nano. She can draw him, she can drink him, she can slap him, maybe kiss him. Who knows? That makes me salty. I have a bad butt history. What the fuck is this conversation? Oh my god. This makes me salty. I have bad butt history. Do I want to ask? No, I don't think I will. A few from my community know the tale. Nano, it's 5 a.m. and you're about to tell me about bad butt history. Yeah, Nano, I'm here to tell you about my stuff, so you make a right decision. All right? I'm not here to listen about your bad butt history. How am I supposed to say, don't say up the ass? Also, thank you for the explanations. It was a ride. I do be a bit dead inside. Yes. It's nice to have you on the same page with everything. Really? Guys, dude, VTuber drama always fucking sends me up a wall because it's always like, I'm the most mentally ill person you've ever seen, and also I make billions of dollars. I appreciate you for staying up to listen. Gonna have my Cinder figure and my Nano figure right next to each other, and a Silver figure will be in the box in the closet. I'm still gonna buy it though. I know the situation is kind of different, but it's very similar to me and Blank, so it pains me a lot. Was Blank ever mean to you? No. That's why I say it's a bit different. Yeah, neither was Silver, but I just felt like being in a shadow for so long. But I get the feeling back, but I bulk up. Yeah, hell yeah, buff nano. You're out here doing full illustrations. Thank you, not gonna lie. Kind of reacting well out of spite, especially looking at the difference. Dude, it is actually crazy the amount of... This is actually crazy. Dude, the love bombing is... This is love bombing. I'm sorry. I don't want to, like, do the whole... I hate doing the whole therapist speak stuff, but this is what this is. Okay? It is so clearly done with intent to get something out of it. Let's see. It's a year and a half. Wait a minute. I can't find it. Look at it. Look at it. Like my VTubing arc, I'm being moved by spite and I enjoy it. Look at it. Oh, yes, this made me proud. Be careful with spite. I hear she copies things. Lol. This motherfucker can't stop, dude. Oh, also, we can't really say anything about spite. Because while people will say, well, you copied Silver, didn't you? Dude! Holy shit, these guys! Bruh, I kind of thought about it. We're stuck on both sides, lol. A plot twist. Dude, dude, there's no fucking way you can square this to success, dude. Cinder was literally designed to not copy Silver, and the cycle never ends. Spite actually came into Cinder's chat last year. Tails said it's still turning, going blah, blah, blah. She was growing really fast and introduced herself. Cheered 1,500 bits, too. How do these people hit on cartoons? Then a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her side. Cinder's ideas like the flames. I feel like at this point, if you have a VTuber friend, they shit talk every other VTuber. You should find a new friend. Well, okay, like I get like gossiping with the girlies from time to time, but like this is gossip with the intent to like blackball someone, right? They're trying to get Nanolist to not work with somebody. They're trying to keep an artist from working with somebody they don't like, which is like fucked up because the artist gets cut out of money, right? And then also you're not offering anything when you're doing this. You're like tacitly suggesting it and hoping that they feel enough of an emotional connection with you that they do it for free. Okay, if Nanolist cut off Silver for $0 gain, they would have been just as happy with that too. But yeah, being a talent manager, you actually can't be the gossipy one. You actually need to be the one with the tight lips. It is one thing to share tea, but this is just mean-spirited. Yeah. The unfollow is weird. And then Red is... Oh my god, dude. What a real keeper. This guy's a real keeper. Dude, yeah, I had to unfollow the rare I'm not and the random I'm not copying tweet. This is what the industry calls blacklisting, right? Yes, this is what the industry calls blacklisting. She put little skulls in her flames and on her head to make it somewhat different. I've seen the skulls look like PNGs. True, not Mama Nano art for real. Mama Nano makes the best hellhound. I am going to beat them to death with hammers. We should... Okay. Calm down, Diesel. Calm down. I'm just saying. I'm making a joke. Don't actually do that. Don't do that. Crime is bad. We must wait for Demon Cinder and see if Spite makes a move. What if... you bought a big industrial amount of nitroglycerin dynamite TNT and then put it up your butthole and then you lit the fuse. What would happen? What would happen if you did that? Would something happen if you did that? You ever go driving down the road and as you're driving, someone like cuts you off or like is like tailing you and then they get to one of those like roads where they could cut in front of you and they speed off. Do you ever think to yourself, I hope that guy gets in a car accident? Because sometimes, I'm just saying, when you cut me off in traffic, I'm just like, You know, if you got in a car accident, I'd be happy. I don't want you dead, but a car accident would humble your soul. It would humble your soul. This is exactly how people talk to the favorite artists of my old RP group. Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bump, it looks like a deer. DUI, no guy, something. No, the whole model mama thing is like it's a commonality in the VTubing community. That's like part of the culture. Because I've said it before too, where Toxic and Mishi are my model mamas, right? I've made that joke before. Release an album, fake. Oh, could you tell that I haven't drank water yet? That's crazy. Should I take a break, chat? Should I go take a piss? I do need to take a piss. Let me go do that. I'm gonna go DUI. Oh, I'm doing the thing Falgi does. I'm so sorry. Am I finally a real artist when someone starts gossiping at me with the intent to keep my art to themselves? Yes, that's actually how it works. They actually give you a medal when that happens. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh my god. I did not go to piss that long. I actually did need to drink water and rest my throat though. What if he's shitting and pissing? mm. Him. What's happening, y'all? I'm back. God, my like OBS is like lagging because I've been I don't know why. I did wash my hands. My hands are washed. My hands are washed and cleaned. I'm running a game of kinks and cantrips. Yeah, Diesel, that's a normal thing to say. We're running a table, like my personal table is running a game of the BDSM D&D because I don't know, everybody's crazy. God, did you fall in? No. I shit singer pitting. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm running on empty food review now, dude. That's kind of where I'm at, you know. Anyway, it's been a crazy ride so far. I'm not stopping. I'm just, you know, I'm taking a break from reading for a second. Yeah, I don't even know how VTubers have been kind of squaring this circle. Well, everything I've seen has like been like, oh, I hope Cinder's doing okay. And it's just like, bro, I don't think you actually care like that, actually. Oh, dude, wait, hold on. I can turn into Northern Lion. Wait, that's Made Diesel. That's Made Diesel. That's still Northern Lion. I thought it said bald. That might be on the next model. I could turn into Northern Lion. Puts on a dress. But yeah, it's I don't know. Have any of you VTuber watchers seen the consensus from the rest of the community? Was KJ's assessment and my brief overview accurate to what people are responding like? Is it really that like, oh, I don't want to rock the boat type shit? The pickle goblin though, yeah, I could become that really easily. I like honestly, what if I was the world's first pickle tuber? VTubers make me uncomfortable. Interesting, Pie. Interesting. You're here. What does that mean? Tell me how you square that. Every time I like zoom out, I get like tiny and I fall down. It's weird. Anyway, we'll read the rest of this and see where it goes. Be the pickle and say the line. No. The joke is so dead. Mama Nano makes the best hellhound. Lol, true. Cinder is copying me. Not gonna lie though, Cinder has the best mascot. Animal VTubers usually go for the same animal as pets, but Cinder is a fireball. I mean, still the doggy, but fireball. Red told me the gist of his conversation with Nano. The next morning, I messaged her about it. Red told me he was talking to you about the full story, Lamau. I haven't really told anyone else about all of this except Blank and Blank last month. She knew, guys. She knew, okay? Why are we pretending like she didn't fucking know? She knew. She knew. Let's see. Pie is like, you're one of the good ones. Let's see. I haven't really told anyone else about this except Blank and last month, and then of course Blank yesterday. It's just been eating me alive since I released my design, and I can't escape it. I've been living with this far too long without anyone knowing the truth. Dude, this is such a coordinated effort between this couple to try and manipulate Nanoless. I'm sorry. This is so clearly a coordinated move. But also, I don't want to say anything or tell anyone because I hate drama. I sure you do. I just want everyone to be nice and happy. I think that, I think that life is complicated and you can't. I also didn't want to tell you about the cup art being similar because I don't want you to feel bad or blame yourself for anything. But I'm glad and relieved you understand now. I'm also thankful for you and want to get to know you more than just a business partner and have fun together and play games when you're ready to. I know you're going to have so much fun. This girl is evil. Evil woman and man. A couple of evil little gremlins. It do be a lot, not gonna lie. I feel so sad because being in someone's shadow, it eats your sanity. It's time to be strong and forget about Silver. But you're already big, so you don't need any validation from her. See, that's where you're wrong, Nanolis. She craves validation. It is the only thing that keeps her going. In fact, it's almost weighing her down like a ball and chain. Blank. Also, the blank stuff was very shocking. And yeah, the cup art is such a bad, sad coincidence. I didn't know any of this. Damn, yeah, after staying up until 5 a.m. and reading your deep lore, I do feel more part of the gang. Wow! Don't you feel like a friend since I've told you my drama? Okay? It's okay. I'm gonna keep celebrating all the cool stuff I get to do and have fun with my friends. The lore, Lamau. I never read that so much text in so long. I feel very cultured. I can imagine it's been a long time since this all started. So much happened. I can only imagine how much you mauled it over the first model. That is so fucking insulting. The only reason Nano's able to say that is because Nano does the art. Because that is a total no-go for Cinder, 100%. I'm thankful it worked out this way because I wouldn't want to work with anyone else now. Love Bob, love Bob, love Bob. I think the same. Not gonna lie, I mauled it a lot working on your first model, but it's worth it so much. Second model is so much easier. You're cute. I know my model is really complicated, but I'm happy it helped you improve so much. It'll be so good. I'm so hyped for your debut. By the way, Red showed me you're having a figure with my design. I coom. My dream was to have a figure of my art. And it ended up that I got two. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'll show you the final sketch when it's ready. I'm gonna raise my hand right now. When they say figure, do they mean like a standee? Because this is looking like a standee. This isn't like a vinyl figure, right? This is a standee. Because the production's really easy, actually. We did it on our own. Later in our conversation, we were talking about my scale figure. I guess it was a scale figure. Was there a scale figure? Sure, I guess there was. They just want to do a bikini instead. This is already so good. Featuring the model you drew that Red chopped up. Sure, I could see that, and I laughed. Dude, I love this. Ah, the fire on the base is a great addition. What if the Vtuber model had a Rick and Morty tramp stamp? No. I can talk to Mishi about getting a womb tattoo toggle, though. I would totally do that. Yeah, it looks like a standee here, but they said scale figure, so maybe it's a scale figure. I can see that laugh. The fire on the base is a great addition. Let's see. I'm gonna fight for this so hard. Try having Good Smile to make a demon, but Good Smile didn't even want Silver. Stop talking about Silver. This motherfucker. It's a full 3D figure. I looked it up. Okay, yeah, that's a lot harder to produce. Bro's just dude. Pack watching merchandise now is crazy. Lamau, I'm kidding. No, you weren't. Good Smile is just really picky about who they work with. Yeah, I bet. Maybe one day, though. You never know what can happen, but I hate that bitch and I don't want her to. Right? For me, just having my own figure with a novel is a huge deal. I can die in peace. I'm so proud of you. You're doing amazing things. And their entire conversation for the rest of that day would just be compliments. What a surprise. When Nano suggested I have Good Smile make my demon figure, I said they didn't even want silver, which is something I heard from another friend. Yeah, okay, sure. Good Smile is very hard to get to work with. Uh-huh. She was a much larger creator than me at the time, so I thought my chances of working with them... You gotta understand, it wasn't actually that I'm pack watching as a true hater. It's actually just, you know, a funny little coincidence. The only Nano I respect is iPod. I know why she's back. Oh, is it the figure? She's selling that figure. No fucking way. No fucking way. And I guarantee you it's going to do gangbusters and none of this mattered. Nanomachine, son. I'm gonna make America great again. I do relate, though. I say my dream with merch is like makeshift or U2's plushie. It's actually kind of crazy how many like makeshift plushies get made. I've seen very small like creators get it, so it's like doable. Put it in the Discord server. Let's take a look. Take a look at this. Oh, this isn't she ended up not going with Good Smile. This is what's their face? Novel Horizons. Yeah, Novel Horizons does a lot of VTuber stuff. So that's not surprising at all. Of course she wasn't going to get Good Smile. Why the fuck would she get Good Smile? She's not fucking HoloLive. Yeah, I mean, sure, the thing's got great tits. As a man who as a purveyor of breasts, there's some nice breasts, I guess, you know. The face is a little strange, but yeah, it's not really where the attention is now, is it? It's $250. Oh, it's USB-C. Dang needs to be fucking charged. But yeah, they do a lot. Oh, I should, just in case it's porn. No, yeah, they do a lot. They do a lot of VTubers. Because I knew that they did Cottontails, that's why. Because that's where I had seen them before. Because Cottontails VTubers right there. Which is a humongously, like, that's an insane figure. They also have, like, some other... Oh my god, I definitely can't scroll through this website. Put it on Throne for laughs. I don't want you people to have bought it. I also have waifus that I actually want, you know? Like... let's see. She was my blah, blah, and I'm pointing this out because it's the only time I said anything mean about Silver. This is why she came back. Holy shit. No, this is definitely why she came back. Holy shit. Dude, this is a complete farce, guys. This is a complete fucking farce. All of this is just a marketing ploy. She's not sorry about shit. This has nothing to do with any of that. I messaged Nano to tell her we needed to change the artwork on the side of my waifu cup because it's too similar to Silver's. Let's see. Nano, I have to give you a heads up. GamerSubs needs us to change the orange art. I can't even believe that you're being honest right now. Is it because of the pose issue? I was just in a call with them to discuss my cup that was being released with the artwork similarities between mine and Silver's cup. Since her cup has been in development since December, plus the issue with them potentially releasing so close together, they suggested we change the pose with a new piece of art for the end of this week. So I wanted to ask you if you think you'd have time to do that for me. Oh, okay. Drinking water. I spilt it all over myself. D, would you ever want mine if I made one? Yeah, but I'll put it in a jar. So, just know that I'm putting it in a jar now. Blank said he'd pay you an expedited fee on top of the commission price. The good news is that we'll still be able to use the first artwork on other kinds of merch and then banners on the booth, just not on a cup. They also wanted me to ask you if you were paid for the first two pieces of artwork. Oh, I could try and change up just the arm if I can be an option. But I'm fine doing a new one too. They didn't pay anything yet. They said they'd prefer a brand new one, so 3 separate pieces. Especially because they want to fill a giant mouse pad. Hey, yo. I'll let them know that you haven't been paid, and Blank should get on that ASAP today. Do you think you'll have time to do it this week? I can do the rushies again. I'll be removing my wisdom teeth tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure I'll be good. Last time I was, at least. You know, if you're a small YouTuber and want to get in on this drama, read like the last 200 pages of this document, because everyone stops before that. Nano suggested an artist for a ref sheet, and Red told her that we were holding on to my winter outfit for her to do since she was interested. Let's see. Oh, by the way, if you want a cool artist for a ref sheet, I think Blank is great. Blank did the Pyro Pups. We want to work with him again. Yes, I know. His work is really good. We could have him design a winter outfit if you'd rather that. Ooh, I don't know. I'd like to try. Yeah, we haven't asked him to do any new designs because the only new one we have in mind right now is the winter one, and we knew you were interested. Nano asked Red if we could pay for a commission for her and then subtract the total from my work she did for us. We've done this multiple times over the year to help her when she needed it, and she'd take the difference off of our commissions. This is while we were at Anime Expo, and just bought a life-size standee of her. Red, can you pay me a little comm again? It's a $700 comm, but my shit card can't handle it right now. What? What do you mean? What? What are you talking about? Nano asked Red if we could pay for a commission for her and subtract the total from the work she did for us. Okay. We did this multiple times over the years to help her when she needed it. And she'd take the difference. What the fuck? Why $700? You're like desperate need of $700? Girl, you got financial problems. What the fuck? Yeah, as soon as Cinder wakes up, today is our work day at the hotel. We bought you. We could just pay the invoice you sent. No, I didn't know you guys were at home. I can wait till it's good for you. Paying the comm for me would be better if possible. My issue is that my card can't handle the numbers. Oh, is it that her card won't accept larger deposits? Is it that her card won't accept big deposits? Or is it the other way around? What? I am once again asking to get $700 sent in the mail. I'm also in need of $700. Coincidentally enough, it's I can't take any small. I can only take donations of $700 and more. Would somebody please like to give me $700 and a you know what? I'll take a hand job while I'm at it. Yeah, sounds good. Cinder sent the pic to me. I was like, wow, they got me taking some air and touch grass, but I was outside because Cinder kidnapped me. Yeah, we were like, we need to nano home. Let's bid on her. Now we have the figure. Now that we have to figure out how to ship to you, I think Cinder would be okay with it. We can just take it off of our invoice later so it balances out. Gotta help Mama Nano when we can. I showed Nano that I included her eye symbol in my demon room after the debut, which I've been including in all my major room backgrounds for years. Nano wasn't a tool for Red or I to use. She was someone who we both cherished working with. You gotta understand, at this company, we're not employees working. We're family. This is not good to hear. Thanks for the handy. I didn't like the man you sent, though. I showed Nano. So, hey, you know, we weren't using Nano. We didn't. It wasn't a professional relationship. We even included her logo in our backgrounds. You know, um, like the eye in the background. You know, everybody sees that. Everybody goes, "Oh, that's Nanoless." Not like, hey, it's a fucking eye in the background. They go, "Oh, that's Nanoless." No, they don't. Fuck off. Dude, these guys are like the biggest like love bombing gaslighters ever. Holy shit. Look, when you're here, you're family. We're like Olive Garden or whatever the fuck business says that. Diesel's sending handigrams. Cinder, I didn't notice. You're so cute. I fell in love with the lore video, and there's a photo of us. You're cute. I love including you in little places because you're a huge part of my journey. I also wanted to ask you if you're still able to make the winter design an outfit for the base model 2 at the beginning of next year. Me showering with compliments, followed by, "Hey, I got work for you to do. Now that I've showered you with compliments." You guys are amazing. And then this is Nanoless. And that's Nanoless. Oh, you got to see. That's her right there. You can see it. You can see the eyeball right there. That's Nanoless right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's her eye. Nano's eye symbol in my first room. I gotta... Okay, look. Fella. It doesn't really stand out now, does it? Where's this Nanoless design? Enhance. If she didn't circle it, I'd be sitting here staring like, where the fuck is the thing? This one too. I'd be like, where the fuck is the thing? Nano's eye symbol in my second room. A framed picture with her and her mascot. Dude, this girl is like, please, I've given you so much. I've shouted you out. That's it. Hey, we were like the best of friends. I included her in the background. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Nano's eye symbol in the Heaven Hound room. These all look like gotcha game backgrounds. Not a room background, but Nano was asked to include her own standee of herself on my most recent starting screen that I had on my desk IRL. You gotta understand, I had a standee of Nano in real life, and then I had her in my starting soon screen. Red messages Nano about Silver, asking about the model right after my demon. Silver Cup out this Friday. Will post. Yeah, she told me. At least Cinders came out first. Yes, and it's doing so well. Did she have you make a second art piece recently for it? Gold bar raising fast. Yeah, it is. We're going to get that flavor. I think I made last month or even before that. Let's see. But man, Cinder's model called a lot of attention, and blank messaged me for models. Did she ask you? Okay, Nanoless, here's my professional opinion. This is a really, real honest. Don't name drop other people that are coming to you looking for work. I don't ask Kat or Toxic or Mishi who they're working for. We don't necessarily exchange that information. Jar was an exception, of course, just a robot, because Kat was in VC when the cute little pussy clip happened, and she like gasped. But I don't expect them to talk about their clients with me, and I don't really think that you should. I think it would be better for your business if you don't. I mean, obviously, people are gonna know who you work for once it's out, but it'll be easier for you if you just don't mention it until the work is done. You'll also finish it quicker. Like, real talk, when you tell people the work you do, you finish it slower. You need to like lock it and just do the work, because you can get a false sense of satisfaction before, and it'll slow you down. Did she ask you for a new model yet since Cinder's debut? Oh, lol. Nato mentioned to me that more people are contacting her for models because of Cinder, which is great. And you were looking to kibosh that, to be clear. She kind of did, actually. But I'm kind of excited for Blank. Me and Cinder were like, she probably already asked Nano. Are you planning to work on another model for her, or just Blank are new? I think she got upset that Cinder's figure stealing her figure's thunder. Dude, there's no way. Cinder's been blasting, blasting. I don't know what that means. Blasting ass. She's got it all. I just don't understand why this matters. You will come to realize that none of it ever did. Red shouldn't find it to be any of his business how much business Nano is getting. Exactly. Wait, did you tell her no? Silver's been kind of missing, I think. Not yet, actually. I know Cinder's enemy, but still my client. I'm sorry. It's okay. Dude, he's like rubbing his hands together being like, you told her no, right? You told her no, right? Like, after I asked, Nano told me Silver already asked for her model after the Cinder's Demon debut, which was 3 days before this. When I enthusiastically said, wait, did you tell her no about the model? Nano had the ability to tell me no. Silver was still her client, regardless of how I felt about it, which I accepted. That's just business. Yeah, I understand that's just business, but you guys are like being two tiny slime balls. And you guys are like, well, you know, Nanolist told me no then. But, you know, I'm playing a long game. I'm trying to wear her down. Like, that's what you're doing. You're playing a long game. You're trying to wear her down. Her calling Silver Cinder's enemy at the time were her words, not mine. And not how he viewed Silvervale at the time. Really, motherfucker? Really? That is totally how you viewed it. You're, like, just lying. It is very clearly not that. But keep in mind that I love Cinder so much. Is she arresting you for the birthday model again? Listen, I just wish she'd play nice, man. This motherfucker is such a little fucking gremlin, dude. Holy shit. Like, why is it? It's actually none of his business. It's actually none of his business. It is unironically so not his business. Oh no, it's just a new model with one of the contest outfits, right? I don't see a point. Like, wow, Wolf Girl. What's the employed person TLDR of this? Could this have been an email? Okay, so the TLDR of this is that for the employed people, a company wanted an artist to sign a non-compete, and in order to make the artist agree to the terms, they told them that the other clients the artist worked with were bad people. And so they were using that as leverage to get a non-compete. And they were and they would send and a company would send compliments to the artist every few months. Did you do a land acknowledgement before this stream? I'm not doing a land acknowledgement this stream. You're gonna need to wait for the next one. We'll double it. We'll give 2 land acknowledgements next time. We just wanted Silver to get along with Cinder, but we could recognize the way she acted towards Cinder. Are you kidding me? These guys are... So Blank are just the new babies right now? Blank isn't confirmed yet, but Blank is. Oh, I thought Blank was working on her own new model. She is, but she seems too busy to keep on that. Oh, I'm glad everyone's interested in working with you. You deserve the attention. Dude, these are not compliments told out of the kindness of their heart. Okay? These guys keep trying to tell me that they are, but they're not. Okay? And I hope your own VTubing is going good. They're doing like a social capital, dude. Holy shit. I'm having an existential crisis over VTubing. You've been doing good, though. What the hell? What the fuck is a land acknowledgement? Okay, so, like, I'm woke, right? But, like, if you're, like, really, really, really woke, instead of having, like, a moment of silence for, like, it's like doing a moment... It's doing a moment of silence for the. I'm not laughing at this. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at the genocide of a native peoples. That is not what I'm doing. I'm laughing at the white people who do it. Okay. A land acknowledgement is what happens when you have a business and Native Americans used to be on that land 200 years ago, 300 years ago. When was it? Yeah, 200 years ago. So it is, and not like literally living on the land. It could just be like land. So it's like if I went into my store and then went, all right, I'm doing a land acknowledgement for the local Native Americans who used to live in this area 250 years ago, and then doing a moment of silence for the Native Americans who used to live in that area. Not like they literally lived on the land, but like just that they lived in the general area. Yeah. I've only been to like one business that ever did that. And it was really inappropriate because it was like, it's like, okay, you do a moment of silence for like 9/11. Or like, you know, whatever, or like some tragedy that happened recently. But it's like they're doing it for like what do they do? It's like doing a land acknowledgement at the Wawa, yeah. So you got tricked into doing it. No, it just happened. I was just standing there. What was I gonna do? Say something? Yeah, I know. It was like it was literally the equivalent of like, can an Enwa borrow a French fry? Like, what is an Enwa gonna do? Is an Enwa gonna give it back? It was literally like that, but they were actually being like, can an Enwa borrow a French fry? And then stood in silence like they were like, you know, very grateful for the French fry. You've been doing good though. What the hell? I don't know. I just be like that. How's your new design coming? Oh, and I guess you can start working on Cinder's winter design whenever you want, lol. Make sure you save time for Cinder, for new Cinder stuff too, with blank and silver and everything else you do. Wait, what's an Enwa? It's like a, so in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, it is like a word that like land acknowledgement before Hoagie Fest can officially start. An Enwa is like, it means like, it's like a slur for Outlander in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Well, okay, yeah, yes, it's true, but like a lot of the Native Americans who live in the Midwest and West Coast are not the ones who lived on the East Coast. They were all wiped out, okay? Which is horrible and terrible, of course, and I am not saying that that was okay, but like there actually is 0 people from these tribes who could come back and go give us the land. But yeah, that happened to me when I was working on a shoot, and I was like, ah, okay. Yeah, this is the Enwa thing. Hold on. Well, sort of the Enwa thing.
Good morning, ma'am. And isn't it a lovely morning? Up yours, Enwa!
What did you expect? Welcome, Sonny. Make yourself at home. marry my daughter. You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people
And
of
Enwa's not a race thing, it's a nationalism thing, to be clear.
the land. The common clay.
But yeah, if you haven't played Morrowind, this is your daily reminder to play Morrowind. My new model's going a bit slow, not gonna lie. Also, don't worry, I didn't confirm anything with Silver yet. I think Cinder and Silver will always be fighting for your work behind the scenes. Red, you're making it up. You're living in a crazy fake world. The Mohawk Indians are still around. They own a casino. I've been there. When I watched Blazing Saddles when I was like 4, I shipped them. I can't. Oh shit. Yeah, the tribe in question was the Muncie Lenape. Just in case you're curious. When they did the land acknowledgement. I remember the land acknowledgement very vividly. Why are we questioning? Why are we having a conversation about my land acknowledgement experience? Guy who goes to Germany and before he eats at the cafe there, he does like a Holocaust acknowledgement. How did you like the casino, Diesel? I'm not a big fan of casinos, actually. Did Red and Cinder ever think of doing something like putting down deposits to secure Nano's time so that she wouldn't take on other clients? No, because they're dumb. They don't even know what a deposit is. A deposit would have been a really good idea, Philosopher. You're actually kind of like cooking with that. That would have like saved a lot of this headache, actually. And then they wouldn't need to like do all this gossipy bullshit. But I don't even think they are particularly smart for that kind of stuff. I think Cinder and Silver will always be fighting for your work behind the scenes. Okay, no big deal. Just take my time working on it. Can I post the 2.0 Cinder R2? I'm okay waiting the actual debut, though. I think it'd be better wait to post a 2.0 art, but you can post a demon artwork. Me saying I think Cinder and Silver will always be fighting behind the scenes is the first instance of me implying we should eventually be competing directly with anyone. Guys, we've read a lot of these messages. Is this the first instance of Red implying that they're competing with Silver? Because a lot of that prior conversation seems to me like it was competing. And that he is lying here and hoping we didn't read it or that we're stupid. You're not going to fool me, Mr. 2IQ manager. Show hole, Diesel. You first. We'll play chicken. We'll count to 3 and then we'll see who shows hole. Oh, we're talking about the land acknowledgement because the VTuber shit is boring. That's crazy. Yeah, there was a few Lenape tribes. The one in particular that I mentioned, I do not believe it exists anymore. Free up storage space. I'm running out of record space. I was messaged that there's not enough hole in this stream. That's crazy. Cinder should do a land acknowledgement. Guys, we can't be mocking land acknowledgements, okay? Millions of people were genocided. This is not a joke. I know I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because it's fucked up. Back to my wedding. Bye, Falgi. I hope you have a good time. Are you NCC or are you Legion? I'm Puerto Rican actually, so I don't know what that means. Acknowledgement of country is the Aussie version of land acknowledgement. It's pretty expected for any education, political, formal work gatherings. Didn't know they had that across the pond. It's kind of like not a normal thing, you know. It's actually kind of abnormal. Oh, NCR or Legion. I thought you were saying some commentary bullshit. Do a whole acknowledgement. I hope it's nothing bad. All I know is Cinder is non-stop opportunity machine. We have some problems going on and things we need to fix, and just some drama getting to us. But it's non-stop crazy things. Man, no more drama. We have had a little break with new things like the 2.0 debut, but we still had to advertise GamerStops with the bikini figure until then. Yeah, may I know what's up? Kind of like the gossip. Blah blah blah. We didn't. Hold on, let me go back and read the stuff at the beginning. Blah blah blah. Okay, I thought he work on her new model. I'm like losing my place, but I think he's gonna try and throw the stick at Nanolist, being like, she said she likes to gossip. Nano's always been open. Dude, this is such a... Red openly starts these conversations about Silver and then is trying to throw it back at Nanolist. Like he... Like the way he's putting it as if it's just like gossip or drama, or that Nanolist is actually a messy bitch. But it's actually that Red is the messy bitch because it's Red who keeps bringing it up. I'll slap you about Silver stuff. It's whatever, I guess. Dude, this guy is like... This is like faux niceness that's like... It is so clearly much worse than it actually is. It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Nano got tired about hearing about the drama around Silvervale specifically. I was looking at the numbers yesterday. Cinder literally has the same view numbers as Silver now. Cinder Supremacy, almost as many, but it's not really that, I think. Like, really close. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder. Why do you give a shit about the validation of others? You are actually consumed by such petty little things. You have the mind of nothing but a child, okay? I feel like there's an unspoken competition between them. Like they need to one-up each other because Silver can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who says, looks, and sounds like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or friend, it would blah, blah, blah. Again, I mentioned a competition with Silver because of the fact she couldn't get along, leading to my thoughts about her being... Dude, they're going to double... They 100% double down on Silver in here. They 100% double down on Silver. There's no way they don't. Like, reading all of this, they definitely set up for it 100%. So we have to fight with our wallets for cups and figures. We did undercut Silver's figure, though. Wow. They live on water, sunlight, and validation. Diesel, can we go back to talking about land acknowledgements? Why? This is not... I'm not letting this be a community bit. We are not doing this as a community bit. Guys, everybody's gonna think I'm super fucking racist if we do this as a bit. Okay. That Diesel guy, he's the guy who makes fun of land acknowledgements. He doesn't even care about the Native Americans. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, Diesel doesn't want to talk about land acknowledgement, so he must not care about the issue. No, I'm playing into the bit. I'm playing into the bit. Can we change the title to Land Acknowledgement Stream? We should add a land acknowledgement square to the bingo card. Where ay. It's kind of concerning. You don't want to acknowledge the land. That or ICE will think you have something to say about Puerto Rico. Land acknowledgement. What's the best land to acknowledge when you think about it? I just got back. Why is Diesel racist? It's because I won't acknowledge the land. Diesel's gonna be pulling up his ancestry DNA account to prove he's 4% Tayano, which makes it okay because he's totally native. Yay. White Puerto Ricans with like 2%. I am actually indigenous. Okay, Elizabeth Ward, get to the back of the line. The best land to acknowledge is any basic land in Magic the Gathering. Holy shit. If she did recognize Cinder's an equal or friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy. Like, I've seen some people say her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience, too. So, we have to fight their wallets with our cups and figures, lol. We did undercut Silver's figure, though.
The only land Diesel will acknowledge are the goth girls' huge tracts of land.
Listen, man, there ain't no goth woman with that much property ownership. They don't exist. They spend it all on Marlboro Reds, dude. I mean, I think Cinder's winning considering her goal for the cosplay. True, that was insane. At the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. Yes, it is. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder's a big VTuber too. She's got there on her own merits, just like you did. Get along. This guy is like making up an enemy to fight. And the marketing potential and money could be made if they teamed up. I just know anything we do, she's watching and will take and try out to do. Oh my god. You know the spinning figure we have on stream? Silver's figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure. Cinder's debut Saturday. Everyone hears about it. Figure announced. Spinning figure on screen with figure next to it. Silver stream yesterday. First stream since Cinder preview. Guess what? Spinning figure. I said we were fighting for Cinder and Silver's shared audiences' wallets with our cups and figures because Cinder and Silver's first waifu cup dropped a week apart and their scale figures a month apart. We undercut Silver's figure by having an earlier release date than her to avoid Cinder being accused of copying her again. So undercut means that you sell at a lower price. Undercut does not mean getting first to the finish line. That is like what? Okay, I'm sorry. This guy's like an idiot. This guy is actually an idiot. Holy shit. The best land to acknowledge is where you can buy and consume mana potion coffee. True. Based in true. We wanted Silver to be at least at good terms with Cinder. Anyone could see the potential success they'd have working together, including the money they could make. Dude, this guy, these people are fucked up, dude. I'm fucked up and evil, but these guys, I don't know, man. I think they might be the evil kind of fucked up and evil. The kind that you don't like. Red complimented Nano's work she did for Silver, and I told her I wanted Nano everything. Okay, I think I'm gonna acknowledge this land, and say that I'm done. I'm done. Here's my drama verdict. Here's my drama verdict. Okay. Here's my drama verdict. These motherfuckers are guilty. They did it. Everything everybody claimed of them, they did. Or not everything, but most things. Not only that, will you include a land acknowledgement for your store? I'm ignoring this. But yeah, this is an apology. Cinder's totally guilty. She's coming back to streaming in order to make a quick buck from her figure. Real question, do people in VTube space inspired from Cinder and her man care for merch drama? Actually, yes. The VTuber community, that is a lot of drama. But yeah, I think that these two girlies, I think Cinder and her boyfriend should be sent to the plank. I think they should be keelhauled. They should be keelhauled. By the way, I looked up what keelhauling is, by the way. Like, guys, when we talk about keelhauling as pirates, do you know how fucked up and bad that is of a way to die, dude? It's like actually one of the most horrific things possible. Did people see it as shade or something? Yes, true. They did. They did. They did. They did. You heard Axis, okay? He was chatting about /VT. They do that there. It is very common. All Cinder has to do is start streams with a model acknowledgement, so we know they sniped an artist. But yeah, I think anybody playing Switzerland on this is making a big mistake of letting an absolute snake back into the den. This is the kind of person who should be probably ousted from a community. Cinder's going to try it again, and this time they'll be much smarter for it. Nanolith is an idiot, unable to read the room. This is rough. Like, super guilty. Super fucking guilty. Yeah, there's really no way around it there. I'm actually surprised how easy and cut and dry this one is. But yeah, next stream, Vincent Martin, and I will be streaming tomorrow. So I will see you all tomorrow for Vincent content, and I'll be back as a flesh tuber tomorrow. So yeah, but I like the VTubing stuff. Oh, by the way, guys, by the way, new starting soon and a BRB screen. I'd love suggestions. So in the Discord, make sure to give me suggestions. So please tell me what you think would be cool to do. And if you're not in the Discord, here you go. Join the community. Get involved, you know. Fucking hop in, you little glup shittos. Come on, post. There we go. My OBS is lagging. But there you go. But please tell me, because I don't want to be doing the Halloween thing anymore.